All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the second installment of Delco Baseball Now RedZone. My name is Brennan Ricciardi. Ben Thorpe will be joining us in a bit, just getting working on sharing these links on social media right now, but we'll be up and going in a sec here. Ben Thorpe coming in from work, so he'll be joining us in a bit here. His laptop is also from 1938, so it takes him a little bit longer to join the program here. But in the meantime, thank you guys for joining. Let's pull up some of the brackets here so we can kind of just take a look at what to expect in today's edition of Delco Baseball Now Red Zone. We got 7 games on hand today, which is very exciting. When we did this the first time, we only had 4, so things are going to get pretty chaotic here. I know that it's probably going to be a little tough to see here because this bracket with 24 teams is absolutely massive. But here at the top, we got Haverford as the 1 seed. They will be taking on Souderton at home. We got Lower Merion here as the 12 seed. They will be taking on Pennsbury, the 5 seed, on the road. We also got Garnet Valley, not going too far away, but they'll be taking on Westchester Henderson. They are the 10 seed, and Henderson is the 7 seed. There'll be no 5A games, I think, except for this Upper Moreland and Hatboro Horsham one today, but nothing of our guys is going on today. Moving on to 4A Interborough, their first year in 4A after moving down from 5A. They will be taking on Springfield Montco. We also have Delco Christian. They will be hosting Calvary Christian, one of the only games being hosted by Delco teams in the PIAA, along with Haverford. The PCL will be tomorrow. Bonner will be taking on, Bonner will be taking on LaSalle tomorrow, 4 o'clock at Maple Zone. So make sure to go out for that one. Judging by the weather, I'm not sure anybody's going to be able to watch that one. We got the Haverford school heading all the way out to the Perkiomen school. They're looking for a little bit of revenge after Perkiomen knocked them out last year. We also got Episcopal here taking on Springside Chestnut Hill. That game will be in Newtown Square. So we got 2 games in Newtown Square today with Episcopal and Delco Christian. Let's see if any of our teams have their games up and running yet. I think they're all going to be on Game Changer. I think that Haverford Public might have their own YouTube stream. I'm going to try and pull that up here. They have typically been doing that, so I'm not sure if that's going to be going on. If not, they should probably have it on Game Changer. Shout out to the guys over, I think it's officially Haverford Sports Media. See if they're streaming this one today. Looks like they are. It's scheduled for today at 4, so we'll get that one up in the rotation. Take a look at some of the results from yesterday, starting with our guys at Lower Merion. They took down Conestoga 8-2. That was a rubber match. They faced off twice in the regular season. They split the regular season matchups, so this was the deciding game. Toby Myers, he had 2 hits. He had a 3-run homer and a 2-run single to give him 5 RBIs on the day. In the Garnet Valley and Springford game, we had a 11-2 Garnet Valley win over Springford. Ryan McGee threw 5 strong innings. Brady Thompson had a 3-run double that was kind of the big moment of the game. Going back to Lower Merion for a sec, Brian Heck had 10 strikeouts and a complete game to save the Lower Merion bullpen. These games were all supposed to originally be on Wednesday, but based on the projected weather forecast, they're all going to be playing today. So you got to think for Lower Merion and Garnet might be a disadvantage for Haverford getting, the bye week. They probably have the advantage as Souderton played yesterday. Let's see if any of our streams are up and running yet. Looks like most of the games are scheduled for a 4 o'clock first pitch, so I don't necessarily expect anybody to be going yet. Wait for Ben Thorpe to join us in a sec. As far as I know, every game should be streamed here. Looks like Lower Merion and Pennsbury stream is up. I don't think any of them are officially starting until 4 o'clock. So let's share this one here, get something going. So Lower Merion and Pennsbury is up. We also have, looks like Haverford School and the Perkiomen School will have a Game Changer stream as well. So let's get that one up in the rotation here as we wait for Ben Thorpe to hop on in a couple minutes here. Thanks for joining Delco Baseball Now Red Zone, the first playoff edition here. We did it on the last day of the regular season as teams were all fighting for their playoff lives, but this one will be really fighting for their playoff lives. Ooh, looks like a very nice field at the Perkiomen School, if you ask us. So we got that. We got, all right, Lower Merion's there. Perfect. We got, looks like Haverford Public has a Game Changer stream. Ideally, we could probably use the YouTube stream that these guys have. So we'll wait a sec here. See who else joins. And imagine Garnet Valley will probably have a stream. They had one yesterday. I would think that Delco Christian typically does. I'm not so sure that we'll see an Interborough and Springfield Township stream. So we'll just have to keep some updates on that. I'm going to do our best to have the ticker of the scoreboards going along the bottom line. I'm going to get that set up now. So let's see. From 6A, we got Haverford taking on Souderton. Going to be a tough one here today for Lower Merion. They're taking on a Vanderbilt recruit, Keller Bradley, apparently up to 94 miles an hour. So that's going to be a tough task, but the Lower Merion offense looked pretty good yesterday. So we'll see if they're able to keep that momentum going.
Early.
Anyone just joining here, Brendan Ricciardi, Ben Thorpe will join us in a bit. Hopefully before game time here, just working on getting these final, or I guess not necessarily final scores, but the score ticker along the bottom here for everyone to follow along. I believe that is all 7 games. As you can see, going across the bottom, we got Haverford and Souderton. We got Lower Merion and Pennsbury, Garnet Valley and Westchester Henderson in the 6A bracket. We got Interborough and Springfield Township. That's the district semis in the 4A bracket. It's a Sweet 16. For 6A, we got Delco Christian and Calvary Christian in the 2A bracket. In the PAISAA State Tournament, we got the Haverford School and the Perkiomen School. That is the Elite 8, the quarterfinals, and Episcopal. I have that saying 1-0. It should be 0-0 there. I don't think any of the games have officially started yet. Let's see if any more streams are up and running. Garnet Valley and Henderson appears to have a stream up as the one and only Ben Thorpe hops on.
Welcome. What's up?
Welcome in. Looks like we have streams up for Lower Merion. We have Haverford School, Haverford Varsity. We got Garnet Valley. To my knowledge, I would guess the only stream we're not going to get is Interborough because I don't think they do theirs. We can check if Springfield Township does.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe Springfield does.
Yeah, so I'll check that and see. But if anything, I think we should at least get 6, which I think we can work with.
Yeah, I don't see any issue with that.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. So we got Lower Merion here. We got the Haverford School here. Let's go Garnet Valley. Looks like they just got theirs up. Indeed, they did. Perfect. All right, let's see. Next up, we got Delco Christian has one up and running.
Let's go, boys.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was a 2-horse race in 2A, but apparently Calvary Christian's kind of been right on their heel. They beat him last week, so that
Really?
game, yeah, like they're only 1 game back, and they beat him last week, so that's
Huh.
not a gimme. All right, so there's Delco Christian on here.
This is this looks like Henderson's. Oh, yeah.
That is Henderson.
I
There we
read
go.
the top.
Yep. All right, so we got 4. Okay, yep. So we got 4 up and running. Looks like the Haverford. I think those guys usually go on like right when the game starts on the Haverford YouTube. Worst case, looks like Haverford Public also has their stream up. So it looks like the only one we're really waiting to see pop up is Episcopal, but I'm pretty sure they do theirs. So I don't think that should be a problem.
I think so too. Yeah, I don't think that will be an issue.
Like, I'll tell you what, man, looks like a nice park over there, Pennsbury.
Wow, look at that.
I always like the
towards the left. It looks like
it does look short, and I always like when teams have this around the home plate, like the team name.
That's a nice touch.
I'll tell you what, man, these catchers better be ready because this looks like a lot of room behind the catcher. All right, so we got national anthem there. We got also looks like a pretty nice field at the Perkiomen School.
Huh. That looks short too.
It looks like a high fence.
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's a fence to right though.
Looks like we got a lefty on the bump for Henderson here. Looks like Garnet Valley's wearing garnet. We got 3 national anthems today. How about it?
Huh.
I feel like that's pretty rare. I mean, yesterday, I don't know. Yesterday at Phoenixville, they actually had a PA system.
Oh, really?
So I drove to Phoenixville High School yesterday, only to find out the game wasn't at Phoenixville High School. It was at the elementary school because Mike Piazza donated. There's 4 fields in their complex.
Yes, over at the elementary school.
Yeah. I'd never been there before. So I was there like 20 minutes early. And I got there. Oh, volume just turned on. So I got there and I was just like, there's nobody here. There's no cars here. I'm looking at a Phoenixville varsity field. I'm like, what did I miss? So then I went to Strathaven's Instagram and they had like a game graphic with the address and it was like 5 minutes away. And I get there and there's 2 like varsity sized baseball fields. There's a turf softball field and I think another softball field. Sir, I did not turn that volume on.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool. When I worked tournaments for All-Star. I was there for a weekend. It's a really cool complex.
It is. It's very nice. They have what I love, which is we're going to switch over to Garnet Valley because it looks like we have our first action here. Yeah. I don't know. I have this game muted, the national anthem and Delco Christian, and it keeps going. Let's see if we can get the volume on for this one here. So, I have no idea who's going to be starting on the mound for Garnet Valley. I think whoever wrote the game preview, it might have been Nicky Mozzarella. I think that he thought it could be Cody Weiss, but I'm not sure because like yesterday, Ryan McGee threw 5, so obviously not him. The other 2 guys only threw 1.
Yeah, I feel like it would be, unless he's got some info we don't have, I feel like it would be Anzalone. I feel like he pitched the best out of the rest.
Well, he's batting 8th, so we will definitely get him in the lineup at least. Looks like based on the swing, I'm guessing this is Cole Lombardo batting here for Garnet. Yeah, he's batting 2nd. Anthony
Barthol on the mound for
I believe a sophomore who's been very good.
Yes, yeah.
They said the last couple starts he's only let up like 1 run.
Very strong finish to the year or the regular season for him.
Yeah.
That's crazy doing that as a sophomore.
Hey, the Phoenixville starter was a sophomore yesterday too.
Jeez.
He was good the first time through the order. He even got him a little in the second. Looks like we're also underway here at Pennsbury, where according to the Lower Marion coach, we got a 6'6" Vanderbilt recruit on the mound. Let's see if we can hear the pop of the glove.
Looks fast.
Yeah. Make contact, though. It's better than the rest of us can do.
On it. Yeah, that is, obviously you see 6'6", you see Vanderbilt recruit, and it's like, all right, well, this might be
Just got to work.
Might be where it ends.
Yeah.
There have been teams that have beaten him this year.
Yeah.
So
Get that pitch count up early.
yeah, get the count
So
up,
we
get
got-
him out of there.
Yep. Haverford School is underway as well. We got Jaden Rivera leading off.
Oh, and there's my dryer. Or no, it's my washing machine. Just making the loudest noises ever.
The volume does not seem to be cooperating here, but that's all right. We'll switch back over here. I hear a play-by-play in the Pennsbury, if you listen.
Damn, they got everything.
I found out that Pennsbury, this is where Ryan McCarty went. The guy
Oh,
from
okay,
Penn
yeah.
State, whichever Penn State branch school he hit like 30 homers at. I think Abington.
It's Abington, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, let's see. So that game's underway. Looks like we're already in the bottom of the first in Garnett and Henderson.
Oh, wow.
We got a lefty on the bump. That I don't believe is Joanne's alone.
You'll be able to tell.
Actually, it might be. It's hard to see from that game. That was a little blurry.
Oh, okay, never mind. That looks like him, yeah.
Yeah, so I
That's
couldn't
a
tell
big
from
dude.
far away.
That I
Yeah.
think that's probably him.
Let's see. Oh, good walk-up song.
What was it? I couldn't hear.
Can you hear it now?
No,
You can't hear anything?
nah, I got nothing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I wonder if that's something. Work on that. Trying to see if I wonder if people listening can hear the game or like hear the audio from the games. I'm gonna pull up the stream real quick. Jaden Rivera just struck out looking there. Let's switch over. Got action here.
Dope.
Can you hear anything? Like, can you hear any of the game audio?
No.
Let's see if you can hear any on the stream. I'm curious. Definitely does not sound like it. Honestly, though, I feel like it would be more of a pain to try and figure out where the volume's coming from any of the games.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do we have any of the other games starting yet?
I want to see if the Haverford public stream has gotten going yet. It says starting soon.
We're
Right.
still
Oh,
needing
yeah, here we go.
one. Oh, all right.
There we go.
All right, we are in business.
Looks like we got. Oh, look at this beautiful score bug by the boys.
Oh, look at that, man.
Look at that. Look at that. Jimmy Boyle on the bump. Looks like he's already gotten out.
Not even close to that one, number one.
It looks like we're through one in Perkiomen. Looks like Haverford did not get anything going. Let's go back here to Haverford. The hardest part of this is going to be the score ticker, just keeping track of the innings for everybody.
Oh, yeah, I don't envy you. I get to just kind of sit here and watch and talk.
Oh, little sword for Boyle. Oh, look at the multiple camera angles.
Whoa.
Wait, that is Gavin McClafferty.
Huh?
That's not Boyle.
Oh, no, it's not.
Interesting.
What?
I mean, I'm surprised. That's all I can put. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just surprised.
I was gonna say because that I was like I didn't know that Jimmy Boyle had a changeup.
Yeah. No,
that what? Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm just very. I'm not. I mean, I'm not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing because if they win, all of a sudden you have your.
Surprised.
So maybe listen, knowing these guys, like they're playing to win the whole thing, right? So if maybe their philosophy is you throw him today, he's the senior, could be his last game. Then you have Boyle tomorrow, or whenever that game would be, Friday. Then you have McClafferty for the semis and Boyle for the championship, I guess.
Yeah. That I mean that would kind of be the way. And no shade to Gavin McClafferty. He's been
No. I'm more just surprised than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that ball was hit well. What do we got?
The guy.
Oh, nice play by Durkin in the gap there.
Let's go. This is nice too now because we can like kind of openly root for teams.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, none of our teams are playing each other.
Yeah,
So we are absolutely biased. All right, looks like we are.
Man, these dudes are kind of kicking our butts with the production value.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have zero. Well, technically we have 0 cameras, so we have a phone. It's like going to
Pretty
the
good, man.
bottom of the first. Looks like Lower Merion didn't get anything there. What do we got on the bump here for Haverford? It looks like freshman Owen Murphy, who is going to be a stud. I mean, he's getting huge varsity innings already, but right now it's just hard to, at that age, to compete. You know.
When did I guess Horwitz is probably cooked for today.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, it looks like we got a stream going for Episcopal as well.
All right.
It's going to be hard to root against Springside in those uniforms, unfortunately. But sorry, boys.
But
all right, so we now have 1, 2, 3. What streams am I missing? Oh, I got to pull up Delco Christian again because I turned that one off because the volume was messing with me.
Oh, Interborough already went. Oh wait, no. Yes, Interborough got
up 1-0.
Got a run in the first.
There we go.
There is no video. I don't think there's going to be any video.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Unfortunately,
So good. We can, at the very least, we can keep the score ticker going.
Yeah. That's.
I'm seeing 1-1 in that game.
My thing might be behind. Yep, 1-1.
Looks like they literally just tied it. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Shane Life starting on the bump for Interborough.
It's kind of what I guessed.
Oh, wow. So Springfield is throwing the Kidwell guy who's going to Millersville.
There we go.
Yeah.
Not trying to play with their food, I guess.
No. I mean, that's, I said in the recap, if they're a team that you can't really look past. They're still very talented.
Looks like Andrew Barbera had a double, and he came in on a fielder's choice when Evan Thomas just a regular ground out to make it 1-1.
That is a heck of a start, man. That's Kidwell had a .67 ERA going into this week or going into this game.
None of our teams are on offense right now. It looks like Henderson has something going here in the bottom of the first. Haverford still a commercial break. Pull up Delco Christian again.
What is what's the scenario look like here for Yanni? Oh, no.
Trying to pull up. All right, so let's see. So looks like Justin Heck on the mound for Lower Merion. I think every single one of our teams is in the field right now.
Scary place to be.
Yeah. Every single one's in the field except Haverford. When we come back from commercial break, because these guys, it just says resuming shortly. They could sell some ad space on there.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool opportunity for them if they want to sell some ad space.
Yeah.
Buy themselves another camera.
Oh, unfortunately, most high school fields are not built to support us.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say our best setup this year. I mean, I really liked it Marple when we were up on the hill. I thought that was a really cool view.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There wasn't much that you couldn't see, so that definitely helped. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Looks like Perk Yeoman's batting. I think we have some type of maybe mound visit here. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Looks as if. Looks like that's still no outs in the bottom of the first over there.
It's like, I'm guessing this is Hunter West pitching for Episcopal because it would either be him or Carell, and we got a righty on the bump, so that would be my guess here.
So we got a runner on as well already.
Maybe not anymore. Boom. Looks like 2 to me.
Yeah, looking like it. They got the chain link fence is conveniently in the way of first base. But
yeah,
we can see the umpires' calls.
All right, let's check out. Looks like it's Jimmy Boyle batting here. So definitely healthy if that was the question.
Yeah,
I do get it because when you look at the numbers that these guys have had, they're more similar than you think. McClafferty might not have as many strikeouts, but their ERAs are both around 1.5, 1.6. So it's not like an egregious decision. I think we just said it best. I think it's just surprising. I just didn't expect him to start.
Yeah, I mean, there is obviously there's always like the risk in not throwing your best guy immediately, but if this works out for them, they now have him for the game to basically get into states, right?
Correct. Yeah,
that's a win-win type of. Oh,
I think if they win this game, they're at least already in the playbacks.
Yes, yeah. This one gets you out of the one and done scenario.
Yep. It looks like we got first and third here for Pennsbury in the bottom of the first. Don't know much about these guys. I know that when I was a senior, they won the 6A state title in 2017. Obviously, that wasn't my bracket, but like I know they're the Falcons, and I like their logo. That's my notes.
And that'll work.
Mm-hmm. Looks like we also got a runner on second here with I think 2 outs. Oh, we got 4-1 Springfield Township now.
All right,
they're a good team, man. They're 14. They're 14-1 in a conference with a lot of 5A and 6A teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, I think that's Upper Dublin's conference, right?
I believe so. Yeah, but yeah, no, they're a really strong team. Incredibly senior heavy. I think I don't remember them really being too good before the past couple of years. They've made 3 straight playoffs. I think it's probably the same core that they've been doing it with, and this might be the year they try and make a run.
Nice scoreless inning there for Owen Murphy in the bottom of the first.
All right. Back
over to Henderson and Garnet Valley. Looks like I'm seeing first and third here for Henderson.
Yeah.
This would be a massive win for the Haverford School program if they can take down Perk, because this was like, if you're taking down the number 2 seed in the state in your like down rebuild year, that's a huge confidence boost.
Definitely a pretty big deal. Also, looks like Pennsbury just went ahead on Lower Merion.
That would be correct. I was gonna say either sack fly or 2 runs got knocked in there. All right, Ben, give me so obviously we're biased with our local teams. Give me your 5A and 6A district champs that are out of Delco. Like if one of our teams doesn't win it, for 5A, I'm going Ruston. I think they would be a lot higher seeded if AJ Callio hadn't missed a couple weeks, similar to Strathaven. I think they have, a ton of pitching depth and a lineup that is good enough, I think.
Yeah, I like Ruston as well. I think their pitching sets, like their pitching ability, AJ Callio, doesn't get, I guess, too much love just for being behind the Vanderbilt guy, but Brody Bump, Millersville commit, that sets him up really well for any kind of playoff thing. I'll go off that, and I'll go Upper Dublin. They've been in the mix the past couple of years,
all the time.
They could easily find themselves back in that same situation.
Yep. 6A, it's tough because there's so many teams. I don't know. I know Methacton has a guy chucking like 92-ish. I've seen videos.
Yeah, I think they have a Wake Forest commit.
Yeah.
So I'll go
here. Looks like I think this is Shane Durkin up here. Looks like Garnet Valley got out of the inning unharmed.
Okay, that's good. So who's your 6A pick?
I think Methacton's a good pick, but I'll tell you what, man, North Penn's always scary.
That was my pick. And, just looking at, like, they have a ton of guys heading off to college next year. Obviously, like, college commits don't always mean everything, but sometimes it's a good indication. It looked like they have a really strong pitching staff. A couple guys who have been there for a little while, so that's my pick. And they're always there.
I'm going to argue with that. I wouldn't be surprised if Shapansky's Holy Ghost Firebirds win the 4A bracket again.
Yeah,
they're 4A state champs, and they have just such a unique schedule where they play whoever they feel like. They're not in a conference. They just play like they might have the most well-rounded schedule you'll ever.
Yeah, for sure. How does that work with their record? Like, how do you determine what? Because like for pretty much everyone else, you play a league game, and that's what counts.
Like, sorry to cut you off. Looks like Delco Christian's up 1-0 here.
All right, boys, let's go.
The game's buffering, so we'll try and get that one back a little bit.
We're always due for one of those.
Yeah, it was Radner last time. We'll get Haverford back up here.
got a runner on first here.
Yep. I think Shane Durkin just walked. Also, shout out Haverford for using the retro car logo in the score bug.
Yeah, I love that.
Ready? This is kind of out of our coverage for today, at least just because of the amount of games, but Malvern Prep leads Penn Charter 1-0.
Okay.
Let's get Delco Christian up here. So that is bottom of the first. They lead at 1-0. My brain's going to be mashed potatoes after this. Let's see. Still in the bottom of the first in that Lower Merion and Pennsbury one. We got, let's swap over real quick here. We got the Haverford School runner on second.
All I will say towards the Haverford game is that you were behind and I would stay on that stream.
The Haverford Public one?
Yes, for at least another batter.
Oh, shit. Maybe we can move up a little bit. Oh,
yeah. You're good here. Yeah. Well, I would leave it here, I think.
I'll try and pass the mound visit at least. Oh, is Cam McCormick going to do something cool? Oh, that looks pretty cool to me.
Yes.
Oh, baby. Someone make a catch in the stands. That's a bomb.
Yeah, that is, dude, that's a long way from home plate.
He loves that right. He loves that right center, man. Holy cow. 3-run Cam McCormick homer, and there's a reason he's one of the top first basemen in not just PA, but in the country. That's a shot. The boys are fired up.
Oh, man.
Wow. That's how you make a statement early on. All right, let's I didn't realize that I was a little behind here. All right, so now it looks like it's the commercial.
Yeah, they just went to now. It's 3-0 Haverford.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a Titanic shot.
Dude.
He hits him where the big boys hit him.
I mean that's for anyone who's been to Haverford, like Haverford High's field, you know like how far it is to hit that ball where he hit it. Like that's
because like they didn't even used to have fences where we were.
No. And he cleared that fence by a good margin.
I think there's a good chance he's one of our players of the year in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, the raw talent there.
Definitely
they got a window this, next like 2 to 3 year. They got a window, and I'll tell you what, they win this game, and all of a sudden, say I forget which Council Rock is playing North Penn, but whichever Council Rock is playing North Penn, if they win, they're gonna have to be on their number 3. Well, it looks like Pennsbury is gonna add. Oh, I think
it's a nice diving catch out there.
You got a catch out there. It looks like it.
Yeah, that looked like a catch.
Wow, nice play. That could have been a couple runs there.
Yeah, that was who was that out there?
Let's see if we got any other scoring updates here.
Calvin Rendell out there with a diving catch, it looked like.
How about it? All right, let's see. Gavin McClafferty back out there. Let's look around. Looks like Garnet Valley's got a runner on first. Let's head over to the boy Reggie King, who's been. Is this Reggie? No, I'm sorry. I can't tell who this is. Might be Corral, actually. No scoring there. Not much activity. Let's check in on Interboro, and it's the only game that we don't have up going here. Looks like the Haverford School has taken the lead. I don't know I don't think the scoreboard or the score bug has updated that, but Caleb Seaver scored. He had an RBI single to score Zach Lawler, so they lead 1-0. Let's have Jaden Rivera pop one out of a bigger field here just to shut everybody up.
Yeah.
Why not?
It would be nice.
How about a potential Haverford School and Episcopal game in the semis? That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, especially after the past 2 Episcopal took 2 from them this year.
Yep. Then that game would be at Episcopal too. I don't think they do neutral site, not until the championship.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think the championship is at Ursinus this year.
Okay.
Let's see. I think it's Spencer Shoe batting. All right, let's see. Well, we'll go over to Garnet Valley here because Garnet Valley's got first and third. Let's check who's up here for Garnet.
It's a pretty big opportunity here. And
one out for Dylan Orr. Yeah, Dylan Orr, the batter.
Yeah, don't he's had a good couple years for them.
Still got 2 more years.
Yeah, he's young.
Of course, as Ben said, it was Joe Anzalone pitching. I feel like it could kind of be a Johnny Holstaff type thing, especially with no game till Friday if they win.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably going to be something where you maybe see if everyone can get once through the order, and that works out for you.
I mean, they had a good bullpen yesterday from Orr and Connor Criswell.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like Delco Christian, they got 1, but that one's in the top of the second now. Lower Marion got a runner on first. Haverford School is not able to get anything, so they're back out in the field now. Let's get 1 here, Garnet. Get a nice little lead. Looks like Episcopal was scoreless in their half of the inning, so that one is now top 2. Tell you what, man, following 7 games is a lot more stressful than following 4.
Yeah, 4 is a little easier to rotate through. This one's
yeah.
It's also, I feel like there's a lot less going on in a couple of those. I mean, Austin.
Like some of those games got out of hand quickly. Like that, like Garnet took a big lead over Lower Marion, so we didn't really have to keep that one in the rotation. And we got a run there.
We got a run here.
Nice. All right, tie game there with Garnet leads 1-0 over Henderson now.
I don't think have we seen since we started doing this a team in 6A win more than a game in the bracket. I don't think we've had anyone win.
Two. We might have had a team win 2, but they've never gone to the district semis.
I'm saying like since we started, like just the 3 years we've done.
No, I think Garnet's won a first round game twice and then lost a second round game twice.
Yeah, I think they have. Lower Marion, not the same, but they've won 2 first round games. Obviously, yet to be determined this year.
I don't think anybody else has done that. Oh, that ball was hit well in the Haverford Satterton game, but over the head of whoever that was in left field.
Uh-oh.
So all right, let's go to Lower Marion, who's got 2nd and 3rd.
Looks like is this Justin Heck hitting for himself here?
Let's pull that up and find out.
I hadn't seen him hitting too much. And
this is Brendan O'Gara batting now. There's 2 outs here. Justin Heck unless this is okay.
No,
okay, yeah. So that means that he
must be a little bit behind.
I'm based on this. I believe he's going to ground out, and they're going to throw it home.
Oh.
Based on what Game Changer is telling me here.
Okay.
I mean, not a terrible send in a game like this, but it was also
that's. I mean, it doesn't really.
It's aggressive.
You got a runner on third.
Yeah.
Again now, so I guess it doesn't really do. It doesn't really kill you too much.
We'll stay on here for Lower Marion. Not missing anything else here. Perk School is batting the white with looks like purple pinstripe jerseys.
It's pretty clean.
Yep.
Do they have? Did they go white hats, or do they have a different color?
They are batting right now, so I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I wonder if there's any chance we see Boyle close today. If you win, you're not playing until Friday.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
Yeah. So on our streaming platform, you can. Oh, that looks like a ground. Yep.
Not gonna do it.
Unfortunately, Lower Marion did not score any there. There aren't going to be too many innings where you get opportunities like that. Switch back to Garnet Valley. Looks like they got. I'm seeing at least a runner on first and second. We got first and second there. Check my phone for any other scores. Looks like Springfield still leads Interboro 5-1. That one's in the top of the second now.
No long inning from Springfield.
Yeah. Wonder if we could see that. I don't know how it works with like I know Bonner got moved up partially because of making the state semis, but also because of transfers. So I'm wondering if that's something where like we could see teams like I don't think like a state championship means you obviously necessarily have to move up, But like Bonner made 4 straight semis, and they've moved up. Like they were 4A, when McGonigal was there, then 5A the next year, and then 5A. They made the state semis again. They moved them up to 6A. I personally think it makes sense with the transfers. Like I think that if you're a private school, I think it could make sense to have all the private schools in 6A personally.
I agree.
All right, let's head back to.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's tough. I don't know if that works the same for public. Like if Springfield does really well, I don't think they can move up to. I think that's more by enrollment.
Yeah,
for the actual public schools. But for the privates, I don't see why they all couldn't be in 6A. Obviously, there's some smaller ones like Delco Christian that probably you could make an argument don't have to be in there. But
that was a nasty slider there.
Yeah, it's a good looking pitch.
It's actually kind of wild how Justin and Brian Heck almost throw identically too.
Yeah,
like the same mechanics too. I don't have their numbers side to side. I think Brian has just been a little better this year, but it's probably not by much.
Yeah, I would probably say Brian's been a bit better. I think he throws a slight bit harder.
Yeah,
but you're almost copy and pasting 2 pitchers.
Yeah, PFP.
Love it. It's one of the easier ones there with the chopper right back to you.
So Gavin McClafferty got out of that inning unharmed. So we're heading to the bottom of the second in Haverford and Souderton. As you can see from the bottom here, we're doing our best to keep up with all of the score updates. I got Game Changer up on my phone, pretty much just waiting for any updates to happen. I believe we have photographers at every game except for Lower Merion, Pennsbury, and Haverford School and Perk Yeoman, because I'm not going to make any of our interns drive an hour, out there. But yeah, I think, obviously not that we're rooting for any of our teams to lose, but as the rounds go, naturally we're going to lose teams, so we can have more. I think it would be good to have 2 photographers at a game, one be hey, you're focusing on team A, you're focusing on team B,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's a good chance that we're at least getting someone in states because, if Haverford wins this game, they're at least in the playbacks. I think Radnor is gonna, if they beat Upper Perk, they're at least in the playbacks. And don't sleep on Strathaven, man, because if they win that game against Chichester, they'll be, guaranteed that playback game as well. And Dan Kona looked great. He, I don't know how much they're willing to test that pec injury, but if his stuff looked as good as it's been that, as long as I've been watching him pitch. The sweeper was, had a ton of run. The fastball looked, like it always has. So if he's anywhere close to that, the rest of the playoffs, they're better than a 10-6 Central League team when he's pitching.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they've put themselves in a really good spot.
Looks like no, that was good. That
was never mind. I still have to be round in third. It looked like
he was round in third, but that was the third out there.
All right, there we go.
Owen Murphy, another scoreless inning for the Fords.
Good start out of him.
Yeah, when I was working for Ascent, I was filming filming a practice to get to make a highlight video, and Mr. Lawler was telling me, he's like, I don't know how much he'll be a factor this year because at the time Brenner Green was still healthy and expected to be the ace. He's like, I don't know how much he'll be the factor this year, but this guy's going to be really good. So you're getting state playoff experience as a freshman. So that's
going to help.
Huge plus. All right, let's see. So we're going to the top of the third in that Haverford Perk School game with the Fords leading that one 1-0. Don't believe we've had anything happen in Episcopal and SCH. Thankfully, Episcopal does not have to face Tucker Delisle anymore. That's who they had to face. They had to face him, and then Jamie Harris had the 2-run double last year.
Couple ground outs at third there. Looks like Garnet's out of the inning. But yeah, no, that's
correct. Yep.
Probably very nice not having to face him anymore.
Yeah.
His 90+ mile an hour fastball.
We'll try and get Delco Christian more on the rotation, but their stream is buffering, so we'll try and check in on that in a bit. On the bottom two, they played Faith Christian really close earlier in the year. So
it did, yeah. That was a good. That was on our last stream, I believe.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. Man, these Lawler boys are massive. I mean, they're fresh. Like, this is a sophomore here, and Zach Lawler is a 6'6" freshman. And like, if you've seen Scott, I mean, he was in the Astros organization as, I think, either as a catcher or as a first baseman, but it's not a surprise. Looks like we're back for the top of the third in Lower Merion and Pennsbury, so still a 1-0 Pennsbury lead. I'm so glad I figured out that you can put this like scoreboard thing on the bottom.
Yeah,
yeah, because like we're gonna do our best to show scenes from each era, stuff each game. But well, that was a gapper.
Nah, their left fielder fell down.
Oh, geez. Hey, still a gap, right?
It looked like he got like almost a little bit of a jam shot, and he came in like kind of tried to stop on a dime and just fell.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sniper.
Literally.
Oh, we got a base hit here for the Fords of Haverford Public. That's really confusing that they're both playing at the same time.
Yeah,
we did not have to deal with that last time.
No. We'll have to be pretty.
Well, for the sake of the brand, it sure would be nice if Pat White does something cool here.
That would be huge.
Shout out to Pat White and Connor Haney. They've both been doing great for us. Sometimes new writers, like, it takes a little bit for them to kind of like get the feel of like what we do and what our recaps look like. I think it helps that these guys have been reading our recaps for 2 years, so like they kind of knew what types of thing we do. We've really gone with the approach that, don't get me wrong, I love quotes and articles, but like we kind of have the mentality of we're just going to get stuff out as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes like transcribing quotes can take a lot. Like you have to go back, listen to them, type out all the quotes, or if you have one of the AI things, like, put it in there, but then know where to put. Like, it's something where for a new writer, it can be a lot to, ask to put them, just like learning how to put quotes in articles it takes time. Like, it's not as easy as people would think it is. But I don't know. I think we've kind of taken the approach that like our social media content always comes first. Like right when the playoff games end, like what am I doing? I'm going to make the score graphics, get all the pictures together. Oh, shout out John from Bonner joining the stream.
Hey, how we doing?
Getting ready for the PCL semifinals tomorrow. Realistically, probably not tomorrow. But with that being said, they are on turf. So if they can find a window to play a field with lights too, that could happen. It might not start exactly at 4, but like if it's if there's a window to play, they're gonna try and play. But also the PCL title is not till Saturday, so like if they play Thursday, they play Thursday, right? Like
that's
fine.
It's gonna be weird because it is like rain from 7 a.m. Wednesday through 7 p.m. on Thursday.
Oh, jeez.
So
we might not even get games on Thursday either.
No, that's like Thursday doesn't look good at all.
Cool. So
would they play on Friday is supposed to rain a little bit.
Would they play over the weekend on Memorial Day? Like, is that?
I think you have to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess they're allowed to. I don't really know like how the the rules. I don't see why they wouldn't be allowed to. I guess.
Yeah.
I have to move my beach trip. Beach isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's head back to. Let's see. Oh, I realized what our problem with this was. When you leave the YouTube stream, it pauses where you were.
Okay.
You gotta. Yeah. So we're already okay. I think it might be better to pull up the game changer then, just because every time you switch off that one, it just pauses.
Yeah. Unless we just remember to bring it back, bring it back.
Let's see. Well, it looks like this one is top 3 now. Should be.
Yep, 3-0 still.
Bet we'll be seeing Gavin McClafferty pitch in the Barrett game this year. I think that's a good bet, unless they're still playing.
Yeah, that would be.
I think it's June 3rd. So that would be, what would that be? It would be like the Tuesday, like states would start on Monday.
Yeah.
I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess as long as they're not still
Oh yeah, I hope he's not available,
Yeah, that is that would be ideal.
That'd be a good problem to have. Looks like the EA stream is down at the moment, so we'll keep an eye on that. Anybody on offense? Looks like Lower Merion's on offense here. Tell you what, man, this guy's a very intimidating force on the bump for for Pennsbury.
Yeah, man. Oh.
Yeah, good luck. You want to know what 94 looks like? That is what it looks like. All right. Looks like Haverford's batting here. I've seen a runner on second. This looks like Nicky Vani up. That game's moving quickly at Pennsbury. It's already going to the bottom of the third. I think that Haverford won. Haverford Public is top 3. Let's see if we got any other score updates. Looks like a fly out here for Haverford School, so we'll switch to something else here. Let's go. What have we not seen in a bit? Garner Valley's going back out in the field. So is Lower Merion. So it looks like all of our teams are in the field right now. Let's see if we can get Delco Christian back up. I think both teams are wearing – no, I think that's navy blue for Cal. Okay, yeah, so they're in the field.
Yeah, I think it's navy blue and black.
Yep.
This is Delco's home field, isn't it?
Yeah, they're home. They're the 2 and Calvary's the 3.
I always forget they have a field there. I don't know why. Sometimes you drive by and they're in Newtown Square, right?
Yep. Speaking of Newtown Square, we got Episcopal here.
Yeah.
Looks like Jake Verbitsky, the batter.
Still nothing. Got a little bit of a pitcher's duel. It's so hilarious how far that Episcopal field is to dead center.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Look how small the center fielder looks out there.
Talk about the best batter's eye.
Yeah, it's gonna.
There's all those trees.
Mm-hmm. They've done a really good job of kind of creating that little natural field.
Reggie King, who I think at this moment is probably a first-team All-Delco outfielder for us. I mean, he's been on fire pretty much all season long. I think he's hitting somewhere around 400 OPS, definitely a 1.0 at least.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic year for them and just come through with a lot of really big hits too.
Felt like almost a formality that every game he was going to be in the the recap.
Mm-hmm.
What inning is that? So that Episcopal one is bottom 2. See. That Garner Valley one's probably not still top 2. I'm trying my best to keep up with all the innings here. All the scores are accurate. I can say that. That one's bottom 3 now. Six 1 Springfield. That one's in the Springfield Township. That one's in the bottom of the second. I feel like we unfortunately might know where that one's heading.
Yeah,
and that's honestly, not even as much of a slight on Interboro as it is just knowing that's a really good team.
Yeah, it's that's a really strong team.
I know there were a lot of people not happy that that Interboro got that spot over Shanahan. I don't know much about Shanahan, but
I saw that. I mean,
I do think it's an interesting debate on how forget about what you think of different conferences' strength and focus on how do you weigh when one conference plays 12 games and one plays I think Shanahan played
I think it was 18 maybe 16 or 18. I think it was 18 or 10 and 8.
I mean, yeah, they're 10-8, which is weird because a lot of the other chess mod teams have 17. Westchester East has 18. Ruston has 17.
Maybe it's like a rain out or something.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. I guess some were probably just like, yeah, Coatesville had 18. Okay, yeah. So I guess it just depends on what conference you're in, or what, like, if you're allowed to have, some teams might not have needed to have different games made up.
Yeah, it's going to be weird how they weigh all of that. I mean, it's tough. That's tough for Bishop Shanahan going 10-8 and not getting into the playoffs. When you look at some of the records of teams that got in at higher divisions, I mean, we had Marple
with 6-10, yeah,
and no shade to them, but they were 6-10. Bishop Shanahan's out here with 4 more wins, and they don't get in, because one, their classification takes 8 less teams, and oh, that's not good.
First and second for Souderton, who basically told anybody that wanted them to change their team name from Indians, we do not care.
I guess so. There's a few schools that have done that.
Yeah, Unionville switched to the Longhorns. I think there's another team in this bracket that is also the Indians, or one of them.
I think you're right. And then the Chamonix is the.
Oh, they're the Redskins. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. I
was thinking of the Chamonix. Yeah,
that one might be a little much. But
let's see. I'm looking through the bracket. I'm trying to think who of these logos could be the Indians. I think I was thinking of the Chamonix.
You might have been, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think Upper Perk is the Indians.
Oh yeah, because I
I knew there. I'm like that. We were just talking about another team, but I mean, if we're talking about who's got the best team name in all these brackets, it is without a doubt, unquestionably, the Holy Ghost Firebirds.
Yeah,
everybody else is competing for second place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if anything else is going on here. Looks like Pennsbury has a runner on third. I'm not sure how many outs there. That's my one pet peeve with Game Changer is that on the scoreboards when you're on desktop, they just don't show the outs.
Yeah.
Or the inning. Like, is it that hard to have like what they have on the mobile?
Apparently, I've been just checking on my phone.
That's what I got as well.
Pull up stuff just to see what exactly is happening.
Oh, I'm seeing a something just happened in Episcopal. I'm seeing Logan Carell went yard.
Wow.
How about that? 2-0 Churchman.
Okay.
That's a shot to right field.
Yeah, man, that's a bomb.
That's hey, I'm not a pitcher. I'm a two-way. Why not? I mean, as long as we've been covering games, it doesn't say inside the park. So I believe that's a 2-run shot. Wow. Good for him, man. That's a bomb out there.
We've had a couple of people get close to left.
This guy right here, Ian Farrell.
Yeah, I was going to say, including this guy right now. But, I haven't yet to see anyone actually pulling over.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I've been covering Episcopal, I don't recall ever seeing I've never seen one in person. But, yeah, we'll see if we can find the highlight of that later. That's a shot. Looks like Pennsbury added a run, but Lower Merion stopped the damage after that. So, Pennsbury leads 2-0 going into the top of the fourth. Looks like Toby Myers, I think, is leading off or coming up soon. Yeah, it looks like he's leading off. Man, I can't get over. That's a shot.
Yeah, man. Hey, good for him. That's awesome.
That's someone who wants to pitch on Thursday. So he's like, I'll do it myself to get there. All right, let's switch back to Haverford's in a bit of a jam here. Souderton's got 2 on and 2 out here. See if Gavin McClafferty can lock in. I guess I got to reuse the Jimmy Boyle picture in a graphic if they win.
Yeah, that's
maybe I'll just I'll give Cam McCormick a shout out.
You could do that. You could do that. That would be
well deserved.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at this point, do we have any pictures of him? Because
McCormick, I think so. Yeah.
No, I'm saying McClafferty.
Oh, good question. Well,
yeah, that would be if he has a good game, he might also be.
Oh, for the score graphic, absolutely. Yeah, I was talking about for the next, like if they win the game, because I used Boyle on the game preview one.
It's a tough one going Boyle on the game preview, and he just doesn't work. It's all right.
Cam McCormick. I mean, yeah, these guys. Now, Ben, question: is there a chance that they are better next year? I'm going to say that's a tough bar, but it's possible.
I think it could be possible. It's going to depend on some of the guys. Like obviously, you lose Ryan Cassidy's a senior,
Nick Albanian's a senior, McClafferty's a senior.
You're losing a lot of your losing guys. But
your rotation will now have Boyle as a senior, Lucas Rothstein, Cam McCormick is also has done really well on the mound. Sam Sturman. Then you have another year. Oh, all right, bases loaded for Souderton here.
Okay.
Looks like that Episcopal one is now in the top of the third.
All right,
and this ump is given a wide zone in the Lower Marion and Pennsbury one. That doesn't help when you're facing 94.
Yeah, that's tough, man. If you're getting off the plate 94, just
good luck.
Yeah, it might be.
Looks like Garnet Valley's got a runner on at least first. I think just first. We'll stay on here in this one until this inning ends, hopefully quickly. I don't know what conference Souderton's in. I don't really know much about him. I know that's where our Blue Sox guy Tyler Summerall went.
Yes, I believe they're in the same whatever North Penn and them are in.
Okay,
I think that's them. I can check that right now.
I'll look up their schedule right now. I'm curious. I really don't know much about them because District 1's a lot bigger than people realize.
Yeah, it's massive.
Let's see their conference. Yeah, Suburban one. So it's North Penn, the two Central Bucks, South and West, East as well, and Penn Ridge. Okay, so that's their division at least.
That's not good.
How many did they end up getting on that one? Two?
Got two. Yeah, it looks like a single in the right field. Two come across.
Let's see what we got going on. Other games, nothing there. Nothing more pressing than seeing them get out of this.
Yeah, that's gonna be. That would be very important. You gotta stop this here. If you're Haverford, you don't want them tying this game back up. Oh man, that looked good to me.
Looks like Delco Christian just added a run.
All right.
Can't tell. Looks like 4-0. Wait, whoa, what happened there? I'm seeing 4-0.
Okay. Little rally going on for Delco Christian.
We had a 2-run triple from Bo Lyron, and then Bo Lyron. Okay, so what I saw was Bo Lyron score on the pass ball. All right, 4-0. 4-0 Knights here. We do have a photographer at that game. That's our guy, Jeff Isaac, who we haven't gotten much of this year because he was in school at St. Joe's, but he's done now.
Nice. Glad to have him out. Glad to have him working with us.
Yep. I think he's a senior. I think he might have just graduated, but
okay, yeah.
Yeah, realistically, listen, I would love for our teams to go 7-0 today, but realistically, we're going to lose a couple. Also, regardless of what happens, Episcopal and Haverford School, Saturday's the latest they can go, no matter what. So starting, by next week, we'll at least be down to, a couple less than that.
That's the latest they can go, no matter what.
Yeah, the state title Saturday. Obviously, the rain they could get pushed back, but
I was gonna say, I don't know if that gets pushed back. I guess if you have a neutral site, you're gonna try and play it.
Looks like nothing doing for Lower Marion in their half of the fourth. It's getting late early when you're facing a pitcher like that.
Yeah, it's that 2-0's going to feel more like 5 or 6 against him.
Perk School's got a runner on. I'm seeing at least a runner on or some out visit, so I can't tell. All right, that helps.
Good strikeout there from McClafferty. Get out of it.
Yep. All right, let's see what game is the most pressing to go to here. I'm thinking Perk School's got a runner on third. I'm not sure how many outs there are.
Oh.
Time for Haverford to add a couple more runs on.
Yeah, you're gonna need the answer back after that.
Yep.
You don't want to let Southerton's a tough team. They've played a lot of play in a really strong league. You don't want to let them hang around too long.
I'm curious who's coming in relief from Murphy. Could be our guy Connor Haney. I feel like he's been a pretty big name out of the pen for them most of the year.
There must be under 2 outs because they got the infield in.
Yeah. Springfield Township up 7-1. That's good team over there.
Yeah.
I think that PJP and Holy Ghost game is probably going to be a pretty good one.
Oh, for sure. That's going to be a real good one. Those are two real. I mean, those are, I feel like, the two in 4A for District 1, typically the two strongest teams.
I know when in 2019, Holy Ghost actually won the 5A bracket and they beat Shanahan in the championship.
Really?
Yeah. That one threw me off when I went back and saw that. Shanahan, it actually ended up being one of my club team, there were two identical twins. And when I mean identical, I mean identical. They acted the same, talked the same. They were even self-aware enough to be like, yeah, like we are the same person.
Yeah.
And so one of them, last name was Bertolami, great Italian name. One of them pitched and beat Marple because that was the year after Marple won the state.
Okay, yeah. That was 19?
It was 19, yeah.
So Holy Ghost and Shanahan both at some point have moved down to 4.
Correct. Yeah. I guess that's just by school size.
Yeah. I guess I generally don't know exactly how the classifications work. I thought it was always size, but then it seems like for some of the private schools, you can kind of like choose where you want to.
Oh, Blue. Where's this one missing, Blue?
Yeah, look good to me.
Oh, yeah. Garnet is hitting. Let's I'll go over to Garnet for a second. I'm seeing a runner on second here for Garnet.
I haven't been over this game recently. Good work from Joe Anzalone.
We got Brady Thompson was hit by a pitch. Eventually got to second on, I think, a ground out. Yeah, ground out. So this is Dylan Orr batting here. Looks like it's going to be playable.
Looks like the inning.
Yep. All right. That one's now going to that's the bottom of the 4th. That one's definitely been moving quickly. Great job. Just you got to tip your cap, regardless of what happens today, to the Garnet Valley pitching staff. There's been years where like they didn't go far because of their pitching. Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case this year if they were to lose.
Yeah, that's for a long time that the pitching has been a limiting factor for them, and the guys have done a fantastic job this year.
Yeah, I'm seeing 8-1 Springfield Township now.
Yeesh, that is a
good baseball team. Piers, I had no idea
it was a good baseball team.
I had no idea it was that close to LaSalle.
No, I didn't either until I just drove by what I thought was potentially the LaSalle baseball field.
Yeah.
It was not. It was
it's even half as nice as the LaSalle one. They're going to be in a good spot. That's a great field.
Yeah.
Looks like a little base knock here for someone on Haverford.
Okay.
Unless he flew out. I see someone running back. In. All right, let's see which game we're feeling here. All right, well, Lower Merion and Pennsbury is now top 5. We got a pitching change in the Perk game. Can't tell who that is. We'll find that out. Let's switch over to go to Episcopal here. I'm going to try and find out who the new pitcher is for the Haverford School. Good start by Owen Murphy, though. It seemed like they were kind of trying to, especially for them because they have to win today, Thursday, and Saturday. Trying spacings out. Looks like Mike Noon is coming in.
Okay. Yeah.
Owen Murphy, he really struggled with walks. It looks like 63 pitches, 23 strikes.
Ooh,
he had 5 walks, only 1 hit, no earned runs, and 3 1/3. So I guess effectively wild, but
yeah, he's a freshman. I think that's something you can look at and be like, all right,
If you told anyone in that dugout he will get you 3 1/3 with obviously his line isn't done yet, but no runs, and only 1 hit, I think you're taking that regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you take that any day of the year, and definitely a lot more to come from him.
Mm-hmm.
Those SCH uniforms are so nice.
Yep. Big time. All right, let's see. Who have we not seen much of lately? Guess we'll go in here to Haverford and Perk because Perk's got first and third. Looks like 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Malvern Prep leading Penn Charter 4-0. They will play the winner of the, I believe it is Shipley and Germantown Academy game is the 4-5.
Okay, so then the winner. Oh yeah,
Haverford and the A's play together, play each other. Yeah.
It's a pretty easy path for Malvern there.
Everyone's an easy path for Malvern.
What'd you say?
I said everyone's an easy path for Malvern.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's who are we kidding?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and people, I feel like Malvern Prep is the ultimate, like, people hate them just because they win. Like, Freddie Hilliard seems like a very, very good guy, very good coach, runs a great program. I've never had any issues. Not that I have issues with many other programs, but
huge strikeout there, by the way.
Yeah, it's a big strikeout looking. But like they just win. Like
they
develop great players. They send guys to the pros like every year.
Yeah, that's real good program over there. They've kind of built that to a point where they take care of business in PAISAA every year.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like a fly ball. Hopefully playable here that's a big job by Mike Noon to get out of that jam with no harm done. How about it? All right, looks like we're going to the top of the 5th in that game. Right? Because Owen Murphy threw 3 1/3.
Yeah.
Great job by him right there. All right, let's see. Where are we headed next? We could go to
I haven't seen much of Lower Marion. I mean, not that there's been much, but
looks like we got a discussion between the Souderton coach and an ump. Oh, what's his name? The ump. I know who that is.
That's Billy.
Yeah, Haynes.
Yeah, it's Billy.
Yeah. I had him right on the tip of my tongue. Like, I know who this is.
Knowing Billy, whatever Souderton's coach is saying, he is not having it.
Did you just see him put his finger like on his chest right there?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here.
Let's see because on this one we can rewind. So let's see what we're missing here. The pitcher did not seem happy with this call. Not that one.
We're like way behind on this guy.
Well, that's because they rewinded to try and find what the issue was.
It seemed unhappy. Maybe it's his.
I mean, that was right down the middle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry. We owe you an apology, sir. You were correct. You were correct.
The catcher said something to Billy.
All right, let's see if Cam McCormick does something like super cool again.
That'd be nice.
I mean, Cam McCormick almost went yard at the bank as a freshman at the Carpenter Cup last year.
Yeah,
he would have, obviously for a freshman being on varsity is great, but like he had like an okay year last year. I think he hit looks like we got a run on a wild pitch here by Shane Durkin.
What happened to the ball?
Oh, it looks like it might have been stuck in. Well, if it's stuck in the fence, he scores.
Yeah, it's still.
It's out of play. This game looks like it's getting shit. I mean, whoever that is here, I think that might be Ryan Cassidy. They're like chirping each other. Look, if it gets stuck in the fence, it's a dead ball and he advances. So.
Oh man, this is getting a little.
They don't look like they're having a good conversation.
No, the two of them I don't think are. Well, the catcher said something to him immediately after that.
Yeah.
That ball, and now
All right. Well, one way or another, that's got to be 4-2.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Yeah, that's if you got a 4-2 ball.
All right. We'll pop back into set to Lower Merion, who's got second and third here. We're going to pull up how many outs they got. Actually, I'm going to do that now because Haverford now has no one on. Looks like we got 2 outs here for Matt Hartstein. No, I'm sorry. He was Gus Wright now. Matt Hartstein was the second out.
Okay. Oh, we got a little chance here.
Yeah. Unless it's hard to tell when it was updated. This could be, according to the Game Changer, there are 2 outs.
Okay.
Man, he is zipping the ball.
Looks like fuzz.
Like every other pitcher that we've watched today, nothing like you can just tell. So
Yeah, man. That.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're probably a little behind on Game Changer here. If this is a fly out to center, okay, so this is the second out. Man, that's a tough.
No tag. That's a tough one, man.
All right, now I'm gonna put away the Game Changer so I don't see what happens. But Gus Wright is now batting. Delco Christian now leads 5-0. There we go.
Okay, that's big out of them.
This is a great comment right here. That we've been talking about this all year. That Haverford.
Yeah,
that's been pissing me off. Thank you, Clashing Duke, for pointing that out. That has been pissing me off all year. That Haverford's at the top as the home team.
That's a good shout there.
That's a great take.
Oh no, not even close.
Foul ball. All right, Delco Christian. We got a 5-0 lead, making up for their loss last week. Here we go.
Man, if they can get into that and pull an upset off Faith Christian, that'd be pretty big.
Huge. I wonder if that's. I wonder. That looks like it's probably going to be playable.
Yeah.
Well, Lower Marion's been getting guys on. They just haven't been able to get them in.
Yeah.
Like Garner Valley just got out of an inning. We'll go over to. Let's see.
What is? I want to check the pitch count.
Haverford's in the commercial. We'll go over to Episcopal here. Yeah, the Delco Christian streams isn't working, so we'll have to cut that one out for now.
That's a shame. Okay, we'll say with updates on them. But.
Yep. I mean, now that game's 5-0, hopefully we can just update when need be.
I don't think pitch count will be too much of an issue for the Pennsbury guys. It's 66 through 5.
Through 5, right? Yeah. That game's now going to the bottom of the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make sure we're good on. All the scores are accurate on here, but the inning, I'm going to do some updates on that now.
Oh.
Looks like we're headed to the top. It looks like
Chestnut
Hill. That's at least one. I think he. Oh, safe. All right, like that's a tie game now.
It's a tie game.
If that scored 2, then that's tied.
No, I think it scored 1.
Oh, did it score 1?
Yeah, I think it was only 1.
Let's see. The Game Changer update. Yeah, it was just 1.
Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah, it looked like there was just a runner on second.
Gotcha. There's 2-1. All right, 2-1 with EA. Chestnut Hill.
Chestnut Hill's been a tough team this year. They were one of the few to actually beat Malvern.
That's true. Who else did beat him in the interact? No, nobody did, right?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know that anyone else beat them.
I don't think in the interact.
Yeah,
they lost that dude Miguel Sime who was chucking like 99 at them.
Yeah, people will lose to him.
Yeah. Well, they actually beat him last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was struggling to throw strikes. We had like 14 Ks in that one this year.
Got a little mound visit here.
Justin Heck still chucking for Lower Merion.
Good for him. I mean, he's had a really good outing for them. It's just unfortunately been overshadowed a little bit by. I believe it's what
talking about a great pitcher versus an elite pitcher. That's like upper echelon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be playing a long time after high school.
Yeah. I mean, kind of the type of thing we saw yesterday with, Jack Mahalik and AJ Callio of just, and Mahalik arguably threw better than Heck had. Not to say that Heck has thrown bad.
No.
Mahalik threw better and went 5 shutout.
Exactly.
But it is the same thing of just, you see the little bit of that difference of here's your top end SEC guy, and then here's somebody who's going to go off and have a very, very good college career, but maybe not.
Yep.
No.
What are the odds Brian and Justin just go to the same place together?
if I'm a school in the area, like I'm pushing for that pretty hard because that would be a real good pickup. 2 lefties of that caliber, like it's legit.
All right, let's see. Where do we want to duck into here? Garnet Valley, we haven't seen too much of that lately. We got first runner on first. Not sure how many outs.
I can check that.
We got 1
out in the 5th.
Cole Hoffaker, the 9-hitter singled, so we're back to the top of the order with Nolan Carroll.
Okay.
Also, a quick shout. So Nolan's cousin Cole was on that Media Little League World Series team, and I got an email from, I'm assuming Cole's dad or maybe uncle or something, so the 8th grade Springton Lake Middle School team, they just got done their time playing together. They never lost a game together in 7th and 8th grade because that's all the players from that team. Middletown kids. They outscored opponents 104-6.
That's ridiculous.
In 9 games this year. They let up 6 runs in 9 games.
Wow.
Those guys, unfortunately, they're not all sticking together. I think Austin Crowley and Nolan Gratton are going to Malvern. I think Trevor Skronik, odd choice, going to Westtown, which kind of threw me off a bit.
Okay.
I mean, nothing wrong with it. It just kind of surprised me based on, like all the private schools around here being a media native.
Yeah.
I think I'm totally blanking on. I think it was Nate Hellberg and Chase D'Ambrosio are going to Bonner.
Okay.
And then, to my knowledge, the rest are going to Pencrest. But, yeah. I mean, we're not going to get into the private-public debate. I just wish these guys stayed together,
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Yeah, regardless of what school it was.
Yeah.
Pennsbury's got a runner on second. Looks like I think this is still Mike Noon in relief for Haverford because Connor Haney's a lefty, so it's definitely
it looked like the same guy.
Nothing going on in Souderton and Haverford at the moment. Still looks like Gavin McClafferty pitching. I wonder where McClafferty's going to college. I haven't seen. I mean, if he's playing baseball in college, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I saw anything either. I mean,
get ready to learn Penn State club baseball, buddy.
That you keep saying that. There's probably a real chance that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, hey, maybe Nick Alvanian will convince him.
Yeah, Nick Alvanian's going to be a Penn State club guy.
He is, and I actually got a text from the club head coach who will be the coach next year. He's like, "Do you know Nick Alvanian?" I'm like, I don't really know him that well personally, but like I covered that. Yeah. He's having a great year, so I basically told him like he'll probably. I mean, based on my knowledge of club baseball and him, like I would guess he's going to make the team. Sticholski is going to Penn State trying to walk on, and if he doesn't make it, he's trying out for club.
Okay.
I mean, he's got the physical tools to make it for sure. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely like big kid, really good athlete. I know he's dealt with a little bit of an injury thing. So.
Yeah. Oh, we had a diving catch in left field of the Haverford game. I'm going to rewind that one just so people can see that.
Ooh, what a play there.
Not sure who that is out there.
Is that? I feel like that's typically Ben Ishmael out there.
Let's double check.
I could be wrong. I feel like that's what it's been before.
That would be correct.
Hey, there we are.
Good shout.
Of course.
Looks like we got a walk there. All right, let's see if anything else. Don't need to go to Pennsbury. They got a runner on second. We got to show love to our guy, Pat White.
Oh, of course.
Oh, good change up. Or two-seamer or something.
Sorry, Pat.
Like Garnet Valley did not get anything in that inning, so that game is getting stressful. Bottom 5, 1-0.
Yeah, that's you.
Man, time flies when we're doing this stream. It's been an hour and 24 minutes. Jeez. All right, let's see. Any other score updates? Delco Christian up 6-0.
Okay. That's getting towards,
that's bottom 4. Yeah. We got Bo Lyron, 4 innings, 10 Ks, 1 hit.
Crap. All right.
How about it?
Let's go work at it.
Wish that stream was working more.
Yeah.
I'll try try and pull it up. I did not know he was carving like that so far.
He's been good for them this year.
I wrote in the preview, I'm like, it's either going to be Bo or Josiah Lyron. They didn't even have the stream up right anymore.
Couple. Oh, really? Just gave up on it? That's a shame.
Let's see. It appears that Haverford got out of the inning because that one says resuming soon. So we'll go to, should be the top bottom of the fourth in that one. Haverford leading.
Okay. That is a good answer there to get a run and throw up the zero there after a really good threat from Souderton.
So Gavin McClafferty's thrown 76 pitches through 4. So I think there's a good chance that they go McClafferty for 5, Boyle for 2, then have Boyle start Friday.
Yeah, I could see that. That's probably the smart thing to do, honestly.
I got to tip my cap. If obviously this is if they win, and maybe you could say it either way. I would not have the balls to have started McClafferty. Nothing against him, but like you have a guy that has been the ace for 2 and will be for 3 years.
Oh, good piece there. Foul ball, unfortunately.
We have a comment here asking if we'll do this for the Delco League. Well, Ben might be pitching.
Yeah, we might need to find another.
I don't think enough teams stream their games for Delco League.
Yeah, that actually would be. We'll do more of the kind of game of the week format where we have guys.
Well, we'll do we'll definitely do the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's we can do that. The playoffs would be good. Except we'll have to deal with O'Hare.
That would be a lot.
Looks like we got a runner caught stealing by Jake Verbitsky, but we have a 2-2 game there. In Episcopal now.
Okay. Yeah, it's in terms of the Delco League stuff. Probably do like a few regular season games maybe, and then definitely playoffs. I know we had talked a little bit about getting out to some of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it kind of depends what that's a loop in the right, but thankfully that runner is now not on base, so that helps.
Yeah.
It kind of just ends up what I find to be my summer job. If it takes me into a little bit more nights, it might be tough. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Try and get some updated innings here. I think everything is pretty accurate for the innings right now, I believe.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
Yeah, and Bonner, Drexel Hill Ducks basically just stole the Bonner color scheme, the head coach and everything.
It's kind of copy and pasted.
Yeah.
This looks like we got a different pitcher in, by the way, for EA.
Oh, I'm seeing
that's definitely a different motion than
West. All right, let's see.
Probably it might be Roman Nataro. He's been
another great shout from Ben. How about it? This guy knows ball.
I know some of my stuff. I'm not always good at articulating it, but I know some stuff.
Why use more word when less word do trick?
Less word work.
Yep. Unfortunately, Springfield up 10-1 over Interborough. I'm not sure that is the bottom of the fourth. So if they get this run in on second, that game's done.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
People are going to get their jokes in about Interborough, but at the end of the day, Springfield, we'll see how they do in the nenext round, but that's just a good team.
Yeah,
a team that is better than a 4A team.
No, I mean they went 14-1 in their league, 17-3 overall against largely 5A and higher opponents.
Yep.
I would say.
Upper
Moreland's in here. I don't know what New Hope Soulberry is. They played Lower Marion. They got to win. They beat. It looks like they beat LaSalle.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I don't know that they.
Who knows who they threw? Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't really beat any of LaSalle's main guys, but they still beat. LaSalle's bullpen is a varsity.
Yeah.
Staff in its own. So yeah, no, it's a really good team. And
looks like we got Episcopal getting out of the inning here. There we go. That one's going to bottom of the fourth. Beautiful, beautiful field as always at Stone Field. All right, let's switch over here. Let's go back to Haverford. I'm seeing a runner on first with 1 out. Oh. They got lucky that nobody was covering first there.
Man, all right.
There are a lot of things that I'm bad at on a baseball field, but anything, whether it be bunt offense or defense, I'm not, because Feely just drills that into your head.
I can only imagine. Like, how much time did you guys spend on that?
Well, so it all starts in the offseason, because you have – so we would go it was the Newtown Edgemont Little League, like the indoor.
Yeah, I've been there.
So we would split it into stations. So there'd be front toss station. There'd be Matt Cain's dad throwing 95 at you at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. That dude could throw 500, like, not even sarcastic, 500 pitches and still be warming up.
Yeah.
You would have I think there was a T station, front toss, overhand BP, and then there was a bunt station. So it starts with that. Mm-hmm. And then in practice, you get like the machine out, to work on like the bunting. We barely took BP off the machine, but we bunted off of it. Yeah. A lot of bunt defense stuff, as well, like just because Feely knows people are going to try and beat him in his own game. But yeah, I mean, it definitely adds an element where, I mean, in that game against Phoenixville yesterday, like, Feely, so it was first and third, 1 out when Matt Caputo was up, and they used a pinch runner on third, called time, brought in a runner to third, basically told the other dugout, like, hey, like, we're going to bunt, do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to feel bad for Phoenixville, because Delco just owns them. So in the last couple of years,
it's been
they lost to Haven this year, Marple last year, Haven the year before, Haven the year before that too. I forgot about that one.
Jeez.
They beat Phoenixville in 2022 as well.
Oh God.
And they shut them out. In the last 3 years, they've let up a total of 1 run against them. Because it was I think it was Pac twice, and then Luke and Rob Matei yesterday.
That's really tough. And
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of teams that are consistently
got a debate going on here.
What's going on
in Lower Marion? Coach Quinn doesn't look thrilled about something. No. Unfortunately, game changer, we cannot rewind, so I don't have much to add there. Let's go back to Garnet Valley here. Got a runner on first. Garnet's been getting guys on base all day.
Yeah.
Feels like every inning they start with somebody, but they just can't, do much after it.
No, just haven't really been able to get guys around. But I mean, as we say that, I think we just had a single.
That's a base hit. Yep.
All right.
How about Bo Lyron? 12 Ks through 5 for Delco Christian.
Oh man,
only 73 pitches.
He is having quite the day.
Jeez. All right, I'm going to go through real quick and update the innings. So Delco Christian and Calvary, that's going into the bottom of the 5th. Haverford and Perk School, that one is going to the top of the 7th. That game's moving fast.
Wow.
Shout out to Mike Noon for doing a great job in relief there. I don't know what grade.
That's still 1-0 Haverford, is it not?
That is still 1-0 Haverford. Mike Noon with 2 1/3, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. I'm going to look up what grade he is, because I feel like that's a name that we did not have last year.
No, I don't think we saw much of him.
He's a sophomore.
Okay.
So they're getting a freshman and a sophomore against the number 2 ranked team, going, 6 shutouts so far. Let's see if there's anybody else that see if Interboro and Springfield has. No, it's 10-1 in the top of the 5th. So
okay, so Interboro at least got out of there.
Yeah. Hey, you just don't want to get mercied, Yeah. Lose 10-1, but don't get mercied.
Yeah, I mean, you get mercied also. Everyone that was upset about Bishop Shanahan's going to be back.
Yeah. They're still going to be mad.
Yeah.
They're still going to be mad.
Yeah, they're going to come and be mad.
That EA and SCH game's moving slow. Maybe started a little late, but it's only the bottom of the 4th. A 2-2 game. Let's see. Penn Charter and Malvern. Malvern leads that one 4-1. Looks like Haverford did not score in their half of the fourth, so that one's going top 5 with Haverford Public leading Souderton 4-2. I wish this is another big backstop here at this Henderson game.
What just happened that their third baseman was like so upset about?
A bad call or something?
I don't know. He's just jumping around over there. There's a big backstop out there, though.
Let's look at how many outs there are here.
Good piece.
I'm thinking that's a run.
It's looking like a run to me. Oh, no.
Unless it's the final out. Yeah, that was a fly out to left by Dylan Orr. So that one's going bottom 6, but Garnett's still hanging on to that 1-0 lead. How did they get their run?
Single? Ground out something?
Let's look it up here. I think it was just a ground out or something.
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, a sac fly. Dylan Orr sac fly way back in the second. Joe Anzalone, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 5 Ks, only at 75 pitches.
Going back out there right now, it looks like.
Yep. And honestly, man, like he wasn't incredible on the mound this year. He had an ERA in like the 4 or 5s. He was great as a junior, but it seems like he's kind of picking some of that form up. But if Garnet can win this game, their top 3 in the order are 0 for 9. That's Carroll, Lombardo, and McGee. So if they can escape, when was the last time Garnet won a 1-0? Excuse me, a 1-0 game?
I don't know, man.
That's just not their brand of baseball. But
they might have done that with Ryan McGee this year.
At some point this year, they might have. Let's see. Trying to get some inning updates. Looks like we got 4-0 Pennsbury.
All right. Probably pack it up for Lower Marion at this point.
Yeah, I'm seeing 4-0 after 5.
Garnet actually beat Ridley 1-0.
Really?
13 days ago.
Huh. Well, I mean, no one ever said we were smart, to be fair.
No, yeah. And they won 2-0 against Strathaven back in April.
They did, that's right, yeah. Because I think Rob Matei pitched that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What do we need here? Well, Brian Miller heading out to the mound here. Could we be getting a Jimmy Boyle pitching change here?
We will see. Looks like they're definitely making a move.
Yeah.
Gates opening.
I'm seeing Lucas Rothstein coming in.
Okay. All right.
Boyle's playing second today. Okay.
Does he normally play out in second?
I think second or short is where he usually plays in the field. Man, they're really just banking on them winning this game.
Yeah.
Unless there's something we don't know about that his arm's bothering him. You know?
Yeah. Could always be that. I mean, to be fair, at the same time, these guys have been really good for them. So.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. It's more just a shock that he's not pitching. You know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go here?
We'll go back to EA.
SCH is batting right now.
Okay.
Let's go to Garnet and Henderson because that game's late.
You got a runner on. It looks like.
Yeah. Let's see. This one's bottom 6 here. Let's see if it's still Joanne's alone pitching. This one's just so zoomed out, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah. It's definitely still Anzalone. Going for a bunt there, it looks like.
Oh, it looks like SCH just took a 3-2 lead over Episcopal.
Oh, crap.
Not sure how that happened. That was a I'm sorry. Episcopal took a 3-2 lead.
Oh, all right.
Episcopal ended the bottom of the 4th. Will Cohen single. So they lead that one 3-2. Apologies there. So I saw the 3-2 score, and I saw that SCH is batting now. So my brain just immediately thought that's what happened. Haverford School looking to, that could be at least one. All right, well, it looks like we're going to the bottom of the 7th here. This is probably probably going to be our first game to finish.
Yeah, unless something insane happens.
Yeah. These guys went to
it's not even something insane.
So last year, if I recall, they were down to their final out, and Pat White hit a double to tie the game, but then they lost on a walk-off in extras.
Yeah.
Looks like it's still Mike Noon to me, which makes sense because of how well he's been throwing.
He's been throwing great.
Yep. Delco Christian threatening to add some more on here.
Really good showing for them so far.
Yeah.
First year at 2A too, getting to the district final.
I'm going to look up how Faith Christian's doing.
I imagine they're doing all right.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they are in Quakertown. I'm not seeing them at the moment. I'm not seeing them at the moment. Who are they playing? I think they're playing Mastery Charter.
Yeah. I think they play Mast.
The Voyagers.
Okay. I don't hate that.
$13-2 Faith Christian in the third. These guys are a wagon.
Yeah, that okay.
All right, first and second.
I would really like to see them at like a higher classification.
Yeah.
I think they do pretty well. I wonder if they would have to move up again.
I don't know what the formula is, honestly.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
All right, I'm going to stay on Haverford and Perk School here just because it's the bottom of the seventh for now.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Like Noon. Is it Noonan or Noon?
I think it's Noone, so I'm thinking Noon.
Yeah, I think it's Noon.
All right, well, Keller Bradley threw 6 shutout innings for Pennsbury.
That'll do.
Tell you what, man, Vanderbilt knows how to find these PA guys, apparently.
They've suddenly began recruiting this area pretty well. Like I said, they've gotten a couple PA guys in the past.
I know there's one guy from Pittsburgh that a couple of our club guys were friends with.
Really?
Like cleanup hitter for a little bit. Troy Leneve.
Oh, yeah. That was the name I was thinking of that went down.
That's a fly ball for Henderson. That could be. We got bases loaded there now.
Yeah, what just happened? How many outs are there?
I don't know, but it looks like whoever was rounding third he looked like he was going for it, and they held him. 1 out.
That's not good.
Anzalone is at 86 pitches.
Okay.
Keep an eye on Haverford as well. Looks like Perk got the leadoff runner on. Interboro's made it 10-3.
Okay. All right. Claw back in it, boys. Why don't you?
Who's stopping you,
Yeah. Potentially Springfield Township Spartans, but
looks like we're getting it might be Connor Haney. A lefty's coming in.
Oh no. Oh,
we got a tie game in Garnett and Henderson. Wild pitch.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this is Jacob Horwitz coming in for Haverford.
Really?
Yeah, it is, because he didn't throw that much on Friday. Now you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today's Tuesday.
Does Perk Yeoman School have someone on base?
Someone on first.
Someone on first.
This is Horwitz coming in. Yeah, they had a strikeout looking and then a single.
All right.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look up how he threw on Friday, and he threw 87 pitches Friday.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's kind of a quick turnaround, but also PAISAA might have different rules.
Yeah, there probably is a different pitch count rule.
All right, let's go back to
or things could also change in the playoffs a bit.
Yeah.
Because at the LaSalle game, I was talking to my buddy that was one of their assistants, and he had said there was 105 in a game and 200 in a week. So maybe there's like days of rest aren't really, and as long as you just keep it under 200. I don't know, honestly. I haven't read the rule.
Looks like Malvern Prep leads 7-1 over Penn Charter. Everything else seems to be about the same. See if Joe Anzalone can get a little magic here.
I need something to get out of here now. Tight one. It's going to get a run here. Oh, no, it's not.
That was the third out. Okay, perfect.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. All right, we'll go back to Haverford School then. Got a runner on first for Jacob Horwitz. This is their ace. He's coming off on fairly short rest. He can be a bit wild at times, but he's effective.
Going to need him here.
All right, well, Garnett and Henderson going into the top of the seventh now, 1-1.
That's a huge out for Garnett. You don't want to go from that to suddenly being like, okay, we need to score to keep our season going.
Yep.
I just keep kicking over my water bottle.
Yeah, when I was a senior, we were playing Springfield. We were up 2-0 for like most of the game, and then in the bottom of 6, they scored 3. So we're thinking we're close to a trip to states. Then all of a sudden, it's just like, well, now you're in attack mode.
Yeah, I remember that one pretty fondly.
Yeah,
not that I was playing in that scenario, but was there watching. My brother was on. My brother rode the bench for that Springfield.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, that was a really good one. They had they started off with 2 really. They played.
Yeah, I had a double in the first that made it 1-0. I think we had a single in maybe the second or third. It was 2-0 like early, and then we just kind of went flat. Mike Smith was great in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told Mike this before, the only lefty in my life I feel comfortable against. I don't know why. Like, our team as a whole, like, barely hit.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, something about his arm angle I just picked up well. Yeah. But let's see, Haverford out of the top of the 5th.
Okay, that's big. Also in that Springfield run, I think they beat Phoenixville, going back to Delco teams.
I don't remember, honestly.
No, that was their first before they played you guys.
They
beat Phoenixville.
All right, so we're going to the bottom of the 5th in Haverford Public.
Uh-oh. Horwitz looking a little wild right now.
See how many pitches the Pennsbury guys at. Oh, just 76 through 6 innings.
Good.
They got 2 hits. Brennan O'Gara has a double, and Nick Draggett has a single. That's it.
Uh-oh.
Walk there.
Shout out to Interborough. Put up a 0 there in the 5th, so it's still 10-3.
Chipping away.
Yep, chipping away, keeping the season alive. They're through 5 over there.
Oh, man. Things are getting tense in Perkiomen right now.
Yeah, dude. He's got to find the zone here. Is that Pennsbury game? Is that in the top of the 7th?
Bottom 6 still.
Bottom 6 still. Looks like Peyton Spiegler's back in for Lower Marion. Yeah, it's a tough draw for them. Catching the Vandy arm.
That's why we talk about how important that bye week is, you know?
Yeah, dude. It really makes such a difference. I mean,
Seeing bases loaded here for Perk.
Yeah. It's I think it's been 3 wall or.
I thought it was just first and second since I was trying.
There's that Horowitz has walked 2 guys.
There's 1 out.
Yeah.
Well, let's roll 2 up here. Why not? Give me a little like 5-1 or 5-2-3 double play. Ground out, throw home.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
So where do you stand in this situation? Would you have your middle infield in to try and get the out at home, or up the middle back to try and get the double play to win? I think that hit him. Ooh, that's a bummer.
Man. Well, so now I would have you have
to have them up now. Saying in that situation, like I'm probably playing them up to make sure you get that out at home.
Yeah, I think even in that in earlier innings, I think I'm going for the double play.
Yeah,
just because like we have time, But I think in that situation, yeah, you don't want to take any risks and you just want to cut the run off.
This looks like this is the cleanup hitter for Perk School up here.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, good start.
Keeping our on things here. Other games. Looks like Garnet has a runner on first in their half of the 7th. That's good.
Okay.
High School's got first and second for Spencer Shue.
It looks like Joe Anzalone reached on an error.
Cool. Haverford is at a commercial break before their half of the 5th, but it looks like they're just about back.
They're still at a commercial?
Just came back.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
Heck.
That's strike 2. That's all. I know it's a big swing, but it's strike 2.
Good take by John here. Depends how likely it is to get the double play.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little bit tougher in high school. You don't really have as much of a scouting report on everyone, but
let's go off vibes.
Yeah. This guy looks. If he has
I think in high school I might have looked fast, but I wasn't.
He has one of those sliding mitts. You're playing the infield in.
Yeah, that's a good point. I had 2 stolen bases in high school. One was because the catcher didn't know how many outs there were, and he rolled it back to the mound. And the other, we were crushing Phoenixville, and their pitcher was going from the windup on first and third.
Oh no!
Whoever their last guy in the pen was, so that was funny.
Yeah.
So I'm like in my head, I'm like, yo, the second he starts his windup, I'm going. Like, well, come on, strikeout here will be huge. So then you can have everybody back.
The stream has been 50% talking about teams beating Phoenixville.
Yeah. I hope the Phantoms aren't tuning in.
Sorry, boys.
Yep.
We didn't mean to do it. It kind of just worked out that way.
I think that's going to wrap this one up.
Yeah. That's a shame.
That's a tough one for Haverford. Especially their pitching was so good all game. They just, their offense couldn't get anything going there. That's typically built by carried by their offense. All right, well, that's stream ended quickly. So let's go back to Garnet Valley here. It kicked me off. All right, let's see. I think this is it's pissed going on. Here's Garnet Valley. Definitely a rebuild season for Haverford. I think the fact that they won the first playoff game was big for them, but they got a lot of Jaden Rivera's back next year. Both the Lawler brothers are back next year. Nicky Vanny's back next year. Owen Murphy. I think they're in a good spot going forward. It was the first year with Jack McCann. They lost all their pitching staff from the year before. So I don't think this was their year to make a deep run, but I think they're set up pretty well for the future.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of positives to take. I think probably around when they lost Brandon Green, you started to get an inkling that this might not, this might be a little bit more of a challenging year than normal. But they've done well. They got a lot of really good experience. I think you saw that there's a lot of ability there. Oh, that's unfortunate.
So I was typing the score. What I miss?
Really nice play on a bunt there from Henderson. Got the runner at third.
Well, Cole Lombardo is one of my favorite players in Delco to watch. He actually played a couple games for us for Wayne last year, and I remember he smoked like a double or something. And Feely goes to Sean Mahalan. He's like, he's a sophomore. And then Sean goes, in high school? And Feely's like, yeah. He's like, I mean, he homered off Luke Dancona last year. I think only him and probably only him and Gavin Brown can say that. So I think I think they might have got him.
Pick him off.
Oh, I think they thought they got him. The third baseman looks like he's pissed.
Their entire infield,
like
some kind of celebration.
I think Cole's going to be like a Westchester guy. I think that's like
that. Yeah,
not sure. I think he could be D1 talent, but I think he reminds me. I don't know. He kind of reminds me of like a Casey Vaughn type guy. You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Athletic. Looks like EA is now up 4-2 over SCH.
All right.
So if Episcopal wins, they will now have to go to Perkiomen School. Oh, that ball looks like it was hit fairly well. Oh, it looks like Garnet Valley might have the lead here.
Oh, he's got to go.
The plate. Oh, he's out. Great relay.
I don't know about that send.
I couldn't see where the ball was enough.
Yeah. When the ball beats a guy about as much as it did there, you got to ask. It was a little bit of a slow. It looked like maybe not the best jump, but that's tough, man. All right, one more chance here.
Still got to run around third for. I think this is Ryan McGee batting now. Looks like Delco Christian's in the bottom of the sixth. 14 Ks for Bo Lyron. Wish we had that stream, but they took it down.
Yeah, unfortunate.
He's only thrown 87 pitches, so he might be able to get you. Might be able to get you through it. Let's see how. We got 6-0 Pennsbury. I think we might have to call that one.
It just became 7.
Is it 7? Jeez.
Yeah. So that one's looking like it might be over. Haverford 6-2 now. It looks like.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know. Looks like a single scored 2 from Sam Sturman.
Yeah, so we're definitely a little further behind with that one. Got it. We'll go back to Garnet Valley here. Sam Sturman's been big for them, especially when Owen Fleischauer got hurt. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's going from catching and third back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Big 2-run single from Sam Sturman. Let's see what Ryan McGee's got. That one's bottom 5 with Haverford, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
I can't. I feel so bad for the Haverford school because they lost on a walk-off 2-1 the same last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's just. Was that a hit or a sack fly?
That was a hit.
I saw it in the air in the outfield. I'm like, well, it's gonna, one way or another.
Oh, get down.
Looks like Henderson's gonna have a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah.
What if just all of our teams lose on walk-offs that are on the road? I don't know if that's possible with Interborough anymore, but
that would suck.
Yeah, every team that's in a close game at least. We're gonna find out very soon what the plan is for Garnet Valley because Joe Anzalone doesn't have too much left.
It looks like a righty. No? Yes. Yeah, righty.
Yep, Anzalone's day is done. Not going to be able to see a number from here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll tune into Haverford for a sec here. It was Episcopal. Actually, we'll go to Episcopal because Episcopal's got first and third here. Looks like Reggie King.
Big chance here to kind of
put a little get things. Oh, nice play to get the out at second there, so that'll do it. Episcopal, that'll be – this game's been moving pretty slow, so I think this is going to be top 6 now. Yeah. But it's 5-2 now.
Okay.
5-2. Looks like Jake Verbitsky singled. Let's go. So that's now 5-2 going into the top of the 6th. So looking good for Episcopal. I wonder if we could see maybe Logan Carell come in to close it out. I feel like they'd ideally not want to do that.
Yeah, they probably want to save him for, Friday?
Mm-hmm. I think Thursday.
Thursday.
I think it could be weather-wise Friday, but it'll be Thursday and then Saturday would be the championship. All right, let's see where we want to go here. We want to go to Garnet and Henderson. You're not missing anything with Pennsbury and Lower Merion. That game's 7-0 in the top of the 7th. Vanderbilt recruit Keller Bradley has just mowed them down, and it's been a good week for Vanderbilt recruits in District 1.
Yeah, just a bit. That's I don't know how many strikeouts Bradley has, but you add anything to the total.
I don't know if he'll have I don't know if he's got 16.
Yeah.
When I worked at Ascent, man, watching AJ Calio throw his pens back in the winter, I'm like, this guy's gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
He just keeps he doesn't miss up. Everything's just low.
Jeez.
And he's painting on you. If you get an ump that'll help you out with those, then you're in a good spot. Bradley's got 9 Ks. We had a leadoff single here from Calvin Rendell, so try to make him sweat a little bit.
At least try and maybe get another arm in the game.
Yeah. All right, let's check out who is pitching for Garnet Valley here. We got Dylan Orr pitching. He threw a scoreless inning of relief yesterday.
Okay. And they don't do anything with like
looks like a leadoff double, maybe. Yeah. Ooh, foul?
No, it's a flyout.
Oh, okay. I could not see that fly at all.
Flyout.
Okay. Where is this? Is this field on Henderson's campus? I think.
No, it's kind of like
is this Hoops Park?
It's right by a pretty busy road.
Is this Hoops Park or no?
No.
I know that's where the Westchester League plays.
Yeah. Oh, what is this place called?
It looks like Haverford and Souderton is going top 6 with Haverford leading 6-2.
Bob Owens Field. Yeah, it's probably maybe like a half mile off campus.
Gotcha. All right. Well, if let's get some looks around. So if Haverford were to win, they would play the winner of, I think, North Penn and one of the Council Rocks, which could be a tough draw because whichever Council Rock, I'll check the score first and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
North Penn crushed Council Rock South,
Okay.
12-0. So that would be a home game versus North Penn, which is, I think, not saying it's a good draw for Haverford if they win, but I think Council Rock South has a Notre Dame recruit pitcher that only had to throw 3 innings yesterday, so he would have been in line to start Friday.
Oh.
But now if Haverford wins, they will host North Penn on Friday for the quarterfinal round.
Hey.
Trying to make some history, trying to be the first 6A Delco team to make the semi since the realignment in 2017. See if we got anything new here. I feel like that Interborough and Springfield game has been 10-3 for a while. It's 11-3 Springfield in the bottom of the 6th. Let's see. 11-3. Update the little ticker.
It's going to be a tough assignment going up against North Penn.
Yep. Got to get there first, though. We got 6 more outs. Cam McCormick batting. I want to stay on this Henderson game, but I'll switch over if he does something cool again.
Okay.
Looks like it's actually at a commercial now because it was forgetting to refresh again. Keep saying commercial. It literally just says stream will resume soon.
I guess, yeah, it's not really a commercial.
Nah.
Oh wow! So they, if Haverford wins and plays North Penn, they would most likely get Brighton Fontaine, who is an Alabama recruit.
He's their number 2, or did they not start their ace today?
I have no idea. So Trevor Lugara, Bloomsburg.
I'll tell you what, man. Him versus Jimmy Boyle would be a heck of a game.
Yeah, that would be something.
Right,
yeah, I don't know what. I feel like Lugara has thrown a lot of the big games for them.
All right, let's see. Malvern Prep up 10-1 on Penn Charter. Andrew Pellicciata 3 for 3, double homer and 5 RBIs. That'll do.
That'll play.
Delco Baseball Now podcast alum will be playing for Manny Diaz at Duke football.
Really?
He was originally committed to, I think, Navy.
Yeah.
Also, get this. So Jake Bauer, it looks like Henderson's got a runner on second now. So Jake Bauer was committed, I think, to either Navy or Army, and Pellicciata's committed to Navy, but now Pelchada's going to Duke, and Jake Bauer's going to UNC.
Huh.
So now they're going to be playing against each other, and that is, I don't know if it's still a rivalry in football, but
yeah, that's still pretty cool though.
You know. Let's see if Dylan Orr can get out of this one for Garnet Valley. I think there's how many outs are there? Looks like it's final. Lower Merion falls to Pennsbury 7-0. Really good season for Lower Merion. I think Bennett. I think back to when we were sitting at Dick's Sporting Goods and basically said I don't see this team being very good this year because of how many pitchers they lost, and we were very wrong on that.
Mm-hmm. Could not have been more wrong.
Yeah, not at all.
Great year from them. Really, I think a lot to look forward to with the pitching staff they have coming back. They'll have a few spots in the field to replace, but definitely really encouraging, and kind of showing that they've built something past that original core we thought.
Yeah, like they're no longer just they're good because Van Wilner's nasty.
Yeah,
and it's weird because like as we talked about, like people can choose whether to go to Harriton or Lower Merion. When we were in high school, Harriton was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got, Jack Kahanowitz is in the big leagues now. Like they had a ton of talent, and it kind of feels like the tides, switched over.
Yeah, it really has.
Let's see if we got anything else. So Episcopal still leads 5-2, but SCH has the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th.
Okay.
With no outs.
Ooh.
But obviously we're going to stay on this Garnet and Henderson game.
Yeah. This is what, 2 outs?
I'm seeing 2 outs here. Runner on second.
Yeah, it looks like 3-2, 2 outs.
Yep.
Runner on second. Okay. Looks like Souderton got a leadoff runner on in the Haverford game.
Ben, can you see how many viewers we have at the top of the screen here? I don't know if that's current or just how many people have watched. Let's see.
Oh, nope, they got out of it. All right, cool.
Here we go. And the extras in Garnet and Henderson. There we go.
I cannot see anything.
So it says that 480 people have at least tuned in.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad.
Good to me. I don't know how many people. I don't know if it tells you how many are watching currently.
Yeah, I saw live.
It says live on Twitter. It says I'm seeing 472 on X, 8 on YouTube, and 1 on Facebook.
8 and 1. Let's go, baby.
I guess maybe it's all the bots. If the bots are tuning in, welcome.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm gonna hop into that and see.
Yeah. Cool. Let's switch over here. It looks like SCH is gonna get. I think that's a sac fly, so they're gonna get 1 on the board. So that'll be 5-3.
Oh, I have no idea how to see who's watching this. I don't think there is.
Welcome our Jags fans here. Welcome, John, the lone Facebook watcher. I love it.
We keep it on Facebook for you.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the main reasons that I didn't want to do it on Instagram is one is because, this is like when it's on Instagram Live, you want it to be like vertical, and this is horizontal, so it doesn't really fill out the screen. But also, I don't feel like dealing with the burners while we're doing this.
Not today. Yeah.
If they want to take the time to go on YouTube, they gotta make a YouTube burner account, and that just seems like a hassle.
I guess you could do it on Twitter if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
All
right. Looks like I'm seeing that Haverford's now at a break. So let's see if they got out of that one. I'm seeing on Game Changer 2 outs, but maybe they're changing pitchers, or let's see if it's updated. Okay, it's updated now here. Yeah, I'll flip over to that here. Looks like Lucas Rothstein's still in. Might only if they win. Let's see. I think he stole third. All right. If they win, I'll probably shoot Jimmy Boyle a text and be like, hey, like, just out of curiosity, could you pitch? Because you never know with injuries. Like, it's not like we get an injury
it can always be
in high school. I love the trust that like that they have in all of their guys. Through this year, that all their guys have given them no reason not to.
Yeah. They were what 15-1 for a reason.
Yep. Let's see. Make sure we got everything updated on the ticker here. So this is top 6. Pennsbury's final. Garnet's and extras. I think Springfield Township and Interborough. That's got to be It's 11-3 in the. That's top 7 with 2 outs now, so that one's about final. Let's see if Bo Lyron's still carving. 15 Ks. Then they took him out at 98 pitches.
Fair enough.
Let him get the 16th K. Coward. It looks like Delco Christian will be. Looks like Delco Christian will likely be getting their rematch with Faith Christian. 6-1 Delco Christian in the top of the 7th with 2 outs, so 1 out away from punching their ticket to a second straight district title. It's a rematch, but they're both in different classes, so that's an interesting storyline.
Yeah, it kind of shows the quality of those two teams being able to go up a classification and get out of it.
I think if Haverford, here we go, big strikeout from Lucas Rothstein. I think if they can get out of this inning with just that, like even if that runner on third scored,
yeah,
you're in a pretty good spot.
You feel
Shout out, Steve Trainer, Malvern Prep assistant coach and Delco League coach, texted me before the game. Haverford 5-2. So if this ends 6-2, so that's a pretty good call right there.
Yeah, he's as close as anyone has been with that. Also, Episcopal just got out of there, James. So it's 5-3 going to the bottom of the 6th, I believe.
I mean, if they win this game, it ends up being Jimmy Boyle versus a Bama recruit. I got to go to that one.
Yeah, that might be a must-see type thing. It'll be interesting to see. I was going through North Penn's thing. There's actually a decent amount of teams that have beat them this year.
You know, there's a very good chance that in 5A we could get a district championship of Callio versus Dancona, or versus
Havertine.
Versus, it would either be Dancona versus Havertine or Callio if you're going with that side. Because I think if Ruston wins, they play the Chi and Haven winner. Actually, let's get a check in on Hatboro, Horsham, and Upper Moreland. That's also 5A. And I'm going to switch back. I'm going to switch back to Garnet and Henderson. They did play today. They're the lone team that decided to play today.
Probably a smart move. I don't know.
The game looks like it is 5-1 Hatboro Horsham. Really don't know much about the Hatters.
Really?
Yeah. I know Upper Moreland got the bye.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about. I mean, I think Hatboro Horsham they were 6-9 this year.
Wow. Let's see so Hatboro Horsham beat Westchester East. Little Cinderella run from the Hatters.
Yeah, is now beating up.
I don't even know what conference they're in. They are in the other suburban one.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like with like Wissahickon, Plymouth White Marsh, like Quakertown, Upper Dublin. Okay. That makes sense.
Damn, that would be
that's a gauntlet of a conference.
Yeah, that's a crazy. Upper Moreland was 13-2 this year.
I don't know what their conference is. Let's see.
I think Upper Moreland's in the same one as Springfield.
You're correct. Springfield Township, Cheltenham.
Yes, yeah.
Looks like William Tennant. They played Cheltenham. Yeah, Lower Moreland, New Hope, Salisbury. It kind of seems like a bit of a weaker conference. That's one of the other suburban ones.
Yeah.
Let's check out where Garnet is situation-wise, because they got no one on here.
Oh, looks like it was 2 outs. I think this is the
third that one. Looks like all right. Garnet's gonna have to hold him again.
Yeah.
Never had a walk-off win in my lone year on varsity. We just never had a walk-off win. You guys beat us. You guys walked off when I was on JV as a junior.
I think we had a walk. Like my sophomore year, we had a walk-off. I think we beat Chichester on a walk-off.
We beat in college. We had a couple, but my favorite was we were playing Virginia Tech. We were both ranked in the top 10. We were down 6-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Our DH hit a 425-foot homer to dead center that tied the game. And then a pinch hitter swung at the first pitch and hit a 2-run walk-off. I was in the on-deck circle. like threw my helmet up in the air over the dugout. All right, looks like it's still Dylan Orr warming up here.
Yeah.
Out Haverford. Looks like Haverford, I believe, got out of that jam. Switch over to Episcopal because we only got 3 games still going here. Guessing this Interborough one, if it isn't final yet, it's probably about to be. Yep, Springfield Township moving on to the 4A district title. That's an 11-3 final. I'm going to check real quick who won the Holy Ghost and PJP game because that should be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It's 4-2 PJP at the moment. PJP was in the PAC conference, I think championship or semis at least. Looks like they
do pretty well. They're a good team.
Curious who. Oh, actually, I'm curious who ended up winning the Pioneer Conference. I think it was Methacton. No, it was either Perk Valley or PJP. So Perk Valley crushed PJP in the league championship. Then they beat Downingtown East today. So they will be a new champ in 6A because Downingtown East won last year.
All right.
Ian Farrell smashes a single into left field for the Churchmen. Just for the sake of priority, we're going to switch back to Garnet and Henderson here. Shout out my roommate Ian Tracy, Westchester Henderson alum. Still, he's actually traveling the country right now, hitting a bunch of baseball ballparks, and every day he made just like a travel Instagram to post pictures. He's a big like national park guy.
Oh, nice.
Every day he'll post like where he is, and then put he wants to put in like an anytime home run bet. He'll be at like a national park and be like Twins Guardians tonight. Who should I pick? And it'll be like Jose Ramirez plus one. And it's I got a couple right. He was at Coors last night actually.
Really nice.
Yeah, but he was.
What park did he do out in Colorado?
I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. But what I do know is that he was on the Henderson team that upset Marple in the district championship the year Marple won the state.
Mm.
They played Luke Zimmerman, and he's like, I've never seen a lefty's curveball move like that.
Oh,
I'm like, yep, that sounds about right.
He was nasty, man.
That sounds. I don't think I've never faced him personally.
No, I don't. I obviously
don't think it would have gone well.
Looks like another flyout. I think we got 2 outs in that Garnet game, though.
That'd be nice. I think I need to double check. I think Episcopal's game is bottom of the 6th now, not top of the 6th. Yeah, it's bottom 6.
Checking into that Happer Horsham Upper Moreland game. Upper Moreland's got bases loaded with the outs in the 6th.
I mean, all we can root for is that they use a bunch of arms because if Radnor wins, that's their matchup.
Yeah. I guess it would depend when the games are played. I guess they burnt their one yesterday, and looks like we got a strikeout there. So it's going to be 5-1.
Looks like Haverford's going to add he's safe at the plate. Looks like Haverford's adding some insurance. Did they call him out? Oh, I have to double check that one. Real quick, I just want to see what happened here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because there was not much of a reaction from the Haverford dugout, but I thought at first glance that he was safe. So let's see what happened. I'm going to move it up a little more. I'm all over the place. Here we go. Okay. So base hit up the middle.
Bobble. Wow.
I mean, I thought his hand was in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the score bug even updated before. Yeah, I don't know about that one. All right, looks like we're headed to the 9th here in Garnet and Henderson. Coming up in 2.5 hours on this stream. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I don't know about you. Looks like we're headed to the top of the 7th with Episcopal and Episcopal and SCH. Looks like Charlie Smith coming in. He's the one who got the save in the Haverford game we were at.
Give me one sec. I'll be right back in.
Updating the scoreboard here. Should be bottom of the 6th with Episcopal and with Haverford and Souderton. run sure looked safe to me. We are inherently biased, so it is what it is. All right, let's see. Delco Christian's score went final against Cavalry Christian. 15 strikeouts for Bo Liner. What a performance. Jeez. Did not have too much of that game to stream because they took the stream out. Switch over to Episcopal real quick. They try and close this win out to get to the state semis where they would take on the Perkiomen School. That game would be at the Perkiomen School.
All right, we're back.
Switch over to Episcopal here because the Garnet game is still in between innings. Looks like we are headed to the top of the 7th in Haverford and Souderton.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that Lucas Rothstein will go back out, but I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if Jimmy Boyle came in to try and close it out. But and with a 4-run lead, I'm guessing they're probably willing to let Rothstein try and close it out and have Boyle ready if needed. I'm going to pull up our game recap coverage just to make sure I know where everybody stands. So it looks like Nicky Mozzarella's got the Haverford School game. Shelby's got Episcopal. Connor Haney's got the Souderton Haverford. Pat White's got LM and Pennsbury. Jason's got Delco Christian. He's a question mark. Nobody's picked up Interborough and Springfield Montco, but I can probably just do that one quickly. There's really not too much to there.
Unfortunately, them and Lower Marion's probably not a ton to talk about.
But yeah, Garnet and Henderson still up for. I think if we each do one, we'll be fine.
Yeah,
and then I could probably do that other one too.
Yeah,
I feel bad. Like I feel bad. You know, the Pat and Connor, their high school careers just came to an end, and it's like now you're going to go write a game recap about someone else.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, it's their senior project, you know. So
yeah, at the same point, if they wanted the night off, I don't think.
Yeah, they didn't have to. All right, looks like we got something going on with the maybe a pinch hitter here. No, this looks like Anzalone.
Again, you can usually pick him out.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on here. He's probably re-entering technically. Because he probably came out when he went out to pitch. To hit.
Probably.
Man, I'll never forget when I was at Haven. We were playing Springfield, and I started at first because Will Carey was pitching. Then at one point I hit a double. They pinch ran for me because I'm slow. Then I went back in the game. Then when Will Carey came out of the game for Drew Robinson, Will went to first, and I came out, and then they put me back in. And then I was down 0-2 in the count. And then Francis was like, hey, he re-entered twice. And I'm sitting in the batter's box. I'm like, they told me that was legal, but I did not agree. And clearly the ump didn't agree either. They called me out, but it didn't go against my stat line. It was just like a batter out.
Yeah, just an out.
It just said batter out other, you know?
That makes sense.
Let's see what's going on here. Garnet Henderson looks like there's I think their game changer might have died. Not the stream, the game changer itself, because it just re-updated. It said delayed.
Someone not charged the iPad.
Well, it said delayed middle of the 8th.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's one out.
Yeah. Henderson's now on their third pitcher, but looks like guess he held the bag there. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Garnet, man, they're making it stressful for themselves here.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's go to Episcopal here. Charlie Smith trying to close out a win for Episcopal. I think last year, I think Episcopal. I know they lost to SCH. They beat Westtown on a walk-off from Spencer Shue. I was at that game, so I know that they won their first game. They didn't get a bye, so this would be first time back in the state semis for a bit. Malvern Prep up 11-1 on Penn Charter. That game should be over. I don't know if they do a 10-run rule in the playoffs, but if it is, that game should have just ended.
Or who was that? Sorry, Malvern or
I think Malvern. If they do 10-run rule, that game should be over.
Yeah.
Let's see how many outs there are for Episcopal. We just tuned into this one. 2 down. Trying to get that final out here is Charlie Smith. You're not missing anything. And Garnet and Henderson, that game is still in between innings. There's 1 out in Haverford and Souderton as Lucas Rothstein looks to close it out. And, man, they're in a really good spot here if Jimmy Boyle is healthy and they just chose not to use him today, because all of a sudden you're 1 win away. Like, if they win this game, their season will not end. Oh, it looks like that ball got away. Their season, if they win this game, their season will not end on Friday.
Yeah.
Because if they lose on Friday, they're in the state's playback game. I don't know how the playbacks work in terms of who you play. I think that I thought it said you reseed. So it's probably just whatever the 4 quarterfinal losers are. Haverford would play the worst one left if they were to lose that game. But if they close this one out here, which they're 1 out away from doing, they would play North Penn. But after that, they should play. I think they might have to play Pennsbury at some point, because so Pennsbury, obviously they won. They will play the winner of Coatesville and Quakertown. So there's a chance.
So there's
a chance that Haverford has to play these guys. Has to play them on Tuesday in the semis, which would not be a good draw.
No.
But again, obviously winning the district title is very important, but you want to get into states too.
Yep. I'm on the that like Google sheet. It looks like Methacton just beat CB South.
There you go.
Because I see someone like actively editing this thing.
Looks like we got a win for the Episcopal Churchmen. Good win for the boys there. They will now take on Perkiomen School on I think it's supposed to be Thursday. We'll see how the weather holds up. Congrats to the boys from Episcopal. Hopefully an Episcopal versus Malvern Prep final will be pretty fun on Sunday. I think if it's Malvern and Perkiomen, I don't think we'll stream it. But if Episcopal is in it, we'll probably stream it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, when was the last time a not Malvern or Haverford school team won the PAISAA?
Beats me, man.
No question. No idea.
I don't know that Perkiomen school ever got one. I'm pretty sure EA hasn't gotten anything either. So should be a fun one.
It looks like Henderson's got a base runner on. We'll double check how many outs there are now. The only game we still have going on here is Garnet Valley, and we have Haverford and Souderton. See if we can pop in for the final out real quick. I'll switch it over if anything happens in the Garnet one worth sharing. And the good thing about us compared to NFL RedZone is we can stream a game on its own.
Yeah.
NFL RedZone, when they're like, oh, there's only one game going left, you have to tune into like CBS. We don't have to do that.
No.
All right, let's see if Lucas Rothstein can punch the ticket.
Oh.
Got a walk here.
All right, so elsewhere in 6A, it looks like Coatesville beat Quakertown.
Okay.
2-1.
Wow. I saw that Coatesville has a kid named Nuge.
Yeah.
That rocks. That rocks. Like Nuge Willard.
Nuge. So we know North Penn won, Coatesville won, Pennsbury won, Methacton won. You said Perk Valley won, right?
I think they beat Downingtown East, I believe. Yeah. Yes.
First and third.
Yeah, let's see how many outs there are. I'm seeing 2 outs.
Okay.
Oh, good block behind the plate there by who's our catcher for Garnet. Nobody in the lineup is listed as a catcher.
Nice. They probably DH for him. Looks like an intentional walk now that we opened up.
Smart.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's up. Now it'll be their 2-hitter.
And the Chamonix won 10-1. So we have our – except for the 2 games we are currently watching, we have our 6A bracket set.
Whew. Things are getting tense here in Chester County.
Oh.
All right, go talk it over.
What would you say has been it was like the highest pressure situation you've ever been in, just in your baseball career in general?
So we had a game where we played Strathaven my senior year. I forget, it was like a continuation. So we had a game get called for either rain or darkness earlier in the year. They were basically, you're going to finish it when like the next time we played. So we had gone to finish the game. Andrew did the home run, Will Carey to tie it. We played like 6 innings. I pitched pretty much all of the extra innings, and it was the bottom of each one. So that was pretty big. And then I'm pretty sure I ended up getting the loss against Council Rock North when our season ended.
Was that districts or states?
Districts, second round of districts. I came in, I think it was like bases loaded with a tie game, and I came in and like gave up a sac fly, and then we didn't score that. But those were probably 2 of the higher pressure ones.
Oh, we got a little situation here. Souderton has cut it to 6-3 and has first and second 2 outs.
Uh-oh.
I'm obviously staying on this one here.
Yeah. We can kind of flip as soon as we get a resolution here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm seeing 2 strikes. 2-2 count. I think I got 2-2. All right, Dylan Orr, what do you got?
Come on.
Go to 10. Go to 10. Why not?
Oh.
Out of play. Oh.
This is like, I feel like it's even more nerve-wracking on this because you don't immediately know what happened.
No, I'm squinting, like trying to figure
you're trying to figure out where the ball is.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh.
Is this 3-2?
This is 3-2, yeah.
Oh, God.
Very tense.
Yeah. Jeez.
Imagine. Oh, bases loaded for Souderton. Things are getting nerve-wracking here. Brian Miller's going out to talk, so we got some time to kill there, but we could be one pitch away from something happening here.
Delco Baseball spooky hours.
Yeah. Ball.
No, really?
That's a tough way for it to end.
That's a terrible.
Looks like they are not happy on the Garden Valley side. I thought it was a bit outside, but
I don't think you can give that to end the game.
Looks like their coach is trying to. They're not happy with the ump, and I mean, like obviously in that situation, you're not going to be happy regardless.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Garden Valley's season comes to an end here. Just a very, very anticlimactic way for the game to end. I'm gonna have to see more of it. I thought it was outside at first glance.
It may have been. I thought that was too close to give, like to end the game, to end the playoff game.
All right, I'm genuinely wondering if Jimmy Boyle is healthy because they're on their 3rd pitcher that's not him.
Is this McCormick or is this Kelleher?
I think this is Kelleher. Like, I'm not trying to question anything, but like if he's healthy, like, he's one of the best pitchers in Delco, and you're not bringing him in just to get out of this jam.
Yeah, it's a good question.
With 2 days off,
Yeah, I don't really know. Don't really know what the answer is.
He's clearly healthy enough to play second.
Yeah, maybe you're just trying to save him.
This is Keller coming in. But like I understand wanting to save him, but like if you lose, there's nothing to save,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very good point. I don't know. I mean, he also has pitched a lot for them. Maybe it's just trying to give him a few extra days of rest. Yeah, it honestly is a good question.
Well, let's see what we got here. Still 2 outs. Space is juiced. going to check where we are in the Souderton order. It's like this is Deary, who is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hitter. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks today. So for this guy, this is your,
Yeah, this is the one you want.
Everything go away.
This is our last game, right?
This is it. This is the only game left that is not finished.
Oh man, that's a heartbreaker for Garnet.
Yeah, just to go out like that is unfortunate. I'll have to watch that video. I thought it was outside at first glance. Maybe we also don't have the best angle too.
No, yeah.
We need to get whatever camera that the Fords have. This looks great.
You gotta ask the YouTube guys. They should.
Yeah.
We need both of the ones they have, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our scorebug doesn't have outs, doesn't have the count, the bases. So I think the streaming device we got is not necessarily a baseball scoreboard.
No.
All right, 1 strike away for Rocco Keller and Haverford to get a date with North Penn.
Honestly, like this field would be good enough if they wanted to really spend on one of those like center field cameras. This would be the field to do it.
Agreed. Yeah, there's a lot of space out there. Oh.
I love fields where it's just like, our school's going to be the batter's eye.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh, there we go. That looked good. That looked good to me. That was at least on the plate. If it was a little low, it's a little low. But
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Souderton guys still getting their money's worth. I don't know why.
I guess if it's the last,
get a little tense.
Yeah.
I'm saying on just in case something funny happens in the handshake line. I mean, it was a great pitch.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. I don't think there's really been anything between the two teams. It seems like it's been between team and umpire.
Both sides at the ump.
Yeah.
All right, well, it looks like that'll be the end of it. As you can see at the bottom, Haverford took down Souderton 6-2. Pennsbury and Keller Bradley took down Lower Merion 7-0. Westchester Henderson on a walk-off walk takes down Garnet Valley 2-1. Springfield Township advances to the 4A District Championship with an 11-3 win. Delco Christian goes back to a district championship, this time in 2A as they take down Calvary Christian. Bo Lyron, 15 strikeouts. Perk Yeoman's School takes down Haverford School on a walk-off 2-1. And Episcopal moves on to the PAISAA semifinals against the Perk Yeoman School on Thursday. Ben, for tomorrow's games, let's just say in a world where rain does not happen, right? Rain does not happen. Bonner will play LaSalle in the Catholic League semifinals. That'll be 4 o'clock at Maple Zone. Strathaven and Chichester will play at 4 o'clock. That'll be at Chichester. Could potentially hit both of those games. They're right around the corner from each other. And Radnor will take on Upper Perk at home. I think that's it, right?
Yeah. I think that would be it. Unless I don't think any of the lower classifications are playing. No,
I think Delco Christian will play Thursday, and obviously Interboro's out now, but the 4A one would be Friday. But I think that's all we got. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. I ended up with 586 viewers. That works. Nice. That works for us. Bouncing between 7 games here. Appreciate everybody taking the time. This is definitely something I'm not sure we'll do again this playoffs, just because there aren't that many games to get anymore.
Yeah, we had a lot of our guys eliminated.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, hopefully the rain holds off. I don't know who will be at what game yet. I would think that there's a good chance that I probably end up at the Chi and Strathaven one, just because there's 2 Delco teams going. But we'll go from there and figure it out. But on behalf of Ben Thorpe and myself, Brendan Ricciardi, thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Delco Baseball Now RedZone, the playoff edition. Congrats to all of our teams that won, and congrats for all of our teams on a good season that ended today. And we'll see you